29 of the first 44 for the Lakers have been in this building. 27 their own home games, and then the 2 matching up with the Clippers, where they took those 2. So 23-3 and home game number 27 tonight. So they get ready for the road. 6 coming up, 7. That's the trip in March. Yeah, the starting 5 for the Lakers, the same 5s that we've seen since Luke Walton came back into the lineup after missing 7 with an injured foot. And as Phil Jackson pointed out, and you brought it up talking about Jordan Farmar, Stu, who missed the tempo change that Farmar brings. And that was what Phil Jackson was talking about after the game against San Antonio. Jordan opened things up, puts pressure on the defense, and it's almost like 2 different tempos the Lakers are capable of running. So it's good to see Jordan back and healthy. Well, a new look for the Bobcats. In fact, Raja Bell and Boris Diaw, they have been difference makers for this team since coming over 21 games ago from the Phoenix Suns. And when we saw Larry Brown, it was back in October. It was in San Diego. And he was talking about how he's trying to get the guys to play the right way, and he needed some experience. Well, Hall of Famer Larry Brown has some experience now in the 2 that they just acquired from the Phoenix Suns, and that was the preseason game in San Diego. Let's head downstairs, check in with Patrick O'Neill. Pat?
Well, guys, is Jordan Farmar some kind of miracle healer? Well, he is a hard worker, that's for sure, because he spent up to 8 hours a day trying to get ready. He was supposed to be out 8 weeks. He came back in about 4 weeks, played extremely well against San Antonio, as you guys have talked about, 14 points in 17 minutes. To talk about that tempo, well, when Jordan was on the court, he was a +9, and for the season, it's a +70. So it's very key for that second unit to get up and down the court. I asked Jordan on his way in, any soreness? No. Any limitations? No. Did you surprise yourself at all? No. How about the verticals? Is it still the same? He said, yeah, that's the only yes I could get out of him. But he's playing extremely well. Lakers are going to have to play good against this Charlotte team because they're the 4th best defensive team in the league in points allowed.
They are the dreaded Bobcats for anybody who's seen them here at Staples Center over the last couple of years. They have beaten the Lakers both games here.
And since the trade, it gives them just another element that they can use. You know, they can try to wear Kobe down because they've got 2 players to throw at him now, Raja Bell and Gerald Wallace. So, you know, that's a lot of pressure for 48 minutes.
It's controlled by the Lakers, and they'll have it to start the 4th as Luke Walton will match up at least at this end right now with Wallace. Kobe gets, what a shot, Raja Bell. And leaving it off. Bell did a good job defensively. It's an early foul on Boris Diaw. So the length and the matchup, the opportunities for the Lakers when Gasol's on the box.
Well, yeah, especially when he's on the box. But, you know, again, there's an example of Pau surprising defenders. They want to crowd him on the perimeter, and he puts it on the floor and draws the foul.
Fish on the run. And Drew Bynum with the early finish. Drew for 2 to start it all off.
Well, again, nice running of the offense, and Derek read the defense, just throws it up. Lets Andrew throw it down.
Raymond Felton, a different player lately, and they needed it with the injury to T.J. Augustin. He's missed the last 6. This is his 7th consecutive he's missed. Wallace got free inside, near collision with Kobe.
Well, he is so athletic. I mean, that's going to be a tremendous challenge for Luke Walton.
Now there's the size advantage. Pau Gasol against the much smaller Boris Diaw. And picked up by Raymond Felton. Felton is in his 4th year out of North Carolina. Bobcats' 1st round pick in 2005, 5th overall, and there was speculation that he was going to be dealt because they wanted to give more minutes to Augustine. Wallace again, but Andrew Bynum. First block of the game and last touch by Okafor out of bounds to the Lakers.
Luke should run down the court and say, thank you, Andrew. Because, again, Gerald Wallace turns the corner, gets into the paint, and the length of Andrew gets the block, and then the Bobcats knock it out of bounds.
3 officials tonight led by Steve Javie, the crew chief, Scott Wall, and Zach Zarba. And Derek Fisher with an assist and a bucket. So a good beginning for Fish, 4-2 Lakers.
Players give Derek just enough space so he can get that high arcing jump shot. And, he's been shooting it pretty well this year.
Gerald Wallace on the run out, a foul on Luke Walton.
Said it many times. Defensively, maybe one of the hardest things there is to do. Be in a help position, but then recover to your man when he has a dribble left, be under control, stop him from driving, stop him from getting the shot. That's tough.
So Luke's got a foul, the first of the game on the Lakers. And a difficult assignment. Wallace found Okafor. So a breakdown as Bynum shaded over to that side. Nobody dropped down to help him on the weak side.
Well, you see they're running their offense through Gerald Wallace. The first 3 possessions down, they've run the ball in the post to Gerald, and he's responded. They've got a couple of baskets and would have had a third, but for the play of Andrew Bynum. We've got an early timeout by Phil Jackson. Score tied at 4, 10-14. When's the last time he called this early? It's assist. What happens with dribble penetration? Or Carl's Jr. Exmo shows you. Throw it up. The center comes over, and that frees up Andrew for the easiest hoop he'll have tonight.
Out of the timeout, Phil called it because of the defensive breakdowns by the Lakers.
That's a good reason to call it.
Yep. He wanted to straighten things out early. Now Luke Walton against the very athletic Gerald Wallace. Flat shot tipped around and popped out to Raymond Felton.
And going up against Gerald, I talked about how good of a defender he is. That time Luke got himself in a real good position to score. Just got tapped on the shot.
Well, tracking this man is a different story. Diaw up against Walton on the switch. And had an easy one inside.
Yeah,
maybe the intimidation
Andrew
factor
changed that one a little bit.
Yeah, the intimidation was real short.
Just knowing he's around, when you have a defensive center that is that big, just knowing he's in the neighborhood can make you change your shot.
Andrew Bynum back at it. Good stroke. Drew's got 4. 6-4 Lakers.
He worked for that one, and that's what Phil Jackson wants to see more of. Attacking the offensive glass, moving your feet, getting to the basketball, being a rebounder.
Yeah, there was a second chance opportunity as Diaw was not stopped. Nobody stopped the ball at all, and it's tied at 6. There was a second chance opportunity. Andrew took it away from Duncan, went hard to the hole, put it back down, and threw it down. And this place erupted on Sunday. So 3 minutes gone by, even at 6. Kobe looking for the first basket of the game. Going to be Luke Walton. Didn't go up. And what a set. Andrew Bynum.
Well, see, again, dribble penetration. Okafor is the last line of defense. When you get any kind of dribble penetration, his thought process, I've got to step up, step over, and try to stop it. That's freeing up Andrew.
If the Lakers can play at a high level offensively, it's going to be tough for the Bobcats. They are dead last in the league in scoring, 92 points a game. A little bit better since they got Diaw. Raja Bell, in fact, Raja Bell's been hot over the last 4 games. Sends up a 3 and gets it. I was about to say he's averaging 19 a game over the last 4 for the Bobcats. And that's after, over the previous 34, just about 10 a contest. Kobe. And it's picked up by Boris Diaw. Bell on the break. And Kobe with the reach from behind.
When you say the name Raja Bell, a lot of people just think defense. Raja Bell is not a bad offensive player, but because he's got the rep as a defender, he kind of lets a lot of his offense go a little bit, concentrating on that end of the floor. But he can hit big shots for you.
Yeah, good point, because a couple of years in a row, he had among the league leaders in made 3-pointers. Andrew Bynum kept it away from Okafor. So the challenge there for Drew, and he's out and aggressive early up against Okafor. Pau, good little fake, didn't get the roll, and Okafor's got the glass. So the Lakers start the contest just 4 for 10, 4 for 7 for the Bobcats. Diaw. And using his quickness against Pau Gasol.
Yeah, but he faked himself right back to where Pau was. He just had his mind made up.
Taken away from Kobe. Gerald Wallace leading the break with Felton, and Felton just lost the handle. Now Kobe, gave it right back. And Wallace will get the roll. Close to a 3-point opportunity. Fish trying to reach and take it away. 11-8. They beat the Lakers here and talked about it the last 2 years. Last season, though, 108-95 at Staples Center. So they hit 50% of their shots. Right now, they're at 56%. Now spinning. Beautiful move by the big guy.
Well, he felt the pressure. Boris Diaw really leaning on Pau, trying to hold his ground. And when you feel which side the pressure is coming from, spin move the opposite way. You have yourself an easy one.
Felton gets inside, protects it well. Boy,
that's what he does very well for a guy his size. Does a great job of getting contact first.
Now Andrew Bynum up against Okafor. Good position, Drew. Andrew Bynum makes it a 1-point game. He's got 8 of the first 12 for the Lakers. So the Western Conference Player of the Week. He's picking up right where he left off. He only played 24 minutes, don't forget, against the San Antonio Spurs. Diaw short on the run out by Gasol. And Bynum another rebound. So an 8-3 beginning. And Gasol once again with a scoop. Didn't get a break. Nice move.
Yeah, but a little bit too much of his body going away from the basket. When he made his spin move, continued going toward the rim, he went laterally.
Foul. Andrew Bynum. That's his first, team's third.
That's another area where he's improved a lot of late. Not getting himself in early foul trouble.
Staying on the floor.
Learning to Right, play defense without fouling, and thus you get more minutes, thus you get more production.
Only 8 on the shot clock. We're halfway through the opening 12 minutes of play at Staples Center. Last home game for some time for the Lakers. And it kicks out off the heel to Luke Walton off the Felton miss. Nobody stopped the basketball. Good move by Walton. Lakers take the lead, 14-13. Luke had 3 assists in the first 6 minutes against San Antonio. So a lot of people say, well, why do you start Luke? Luke knows the offense.
I tell you, Larry Brown not happy about that defensive transition from offense to defense as Luke rebounds it, pushes it the length of the floor, and gets a layup, puts the Lakers up by 1. When we come back, we'll take a look at the career path of Larry Brown.
Lakers on the attack, and now with a 1-point lead over the Bobcats. The Bobcats squad that has taken 4 of 8 lifetime against the Lakers. So they have been a pain in the neck. And we look back on the career of Larry Brown. Larry Brown, New York native, and his coaching career in particular, all the way back to the ABA with the Carolina Cougars. I like the trousers, Larry. UCLA, nice run with the Bruins, got him to the Final Four. Then took Kansas, Danny Manning, national championship, his last year there in 1988. On to the San Antonio Spurs, where he had a guy by the name of Popovich on his staff as an assistant before Pop went to work for Don Nelson at Golden State. And joining the Charlotte Hornets in 2008. So 17 times he has taken a team to the playoffs in 23 years of coaching in the NBA. And 5th all-time, now 4th all-time, actually, in coaching victories, just 17 ahead of Phil Jackson, going into the Hall of Fame in 2002, and a guy that's just a stickler. And maybe because he played the positions too, really tough on guards.
Yeah, he can be very demanding of his backcourt. There's no question about that. But, you know, as a coach, he's a good coach. But what I liked about Larry, he's a good teacher as well. You know, when you have a combination of a good coach, good teacher, you've got something.
A quality person who's done it, as he says, the right way. Diaw blows a great opportunity again.
You know why?
I think he was in the neighborhood, wasn't he?
Yes,
At least the zip code. Fish finding some space against Bell, and it'll be a loose ball foul. Pau Gasol at the inside position. So Raymond Felton, the little guy from behind with the shove. It's the second team foul. Brought in on the side. 5:16 to play. As the Lakers, boy, what a run it has been at home. Now, can they do it at this level, at a very high level, on the road? Starts in Minnesota, back-to-back, Minnesota-Memphis. Minnesota playing great basketball, 9-2 over the last 11. Watched them last night. Gasol set up by Fish. And a tough start for Pau from the outside. He's now 1 for 6.
Well, he's 1 for 6. Kobe's 0 for 2. Yet the Lakers have a 1-point advantage. So you know things will look up because those two guys won't stay that cold.
Nobody behind Kobe. Gerald Wallace gets another one inside, over the top with no support. 6 early points for the athletic one who was originally, don't forget, a Sacramento King. And they did not protect him in the expansion draft.
You can't front unless you have pressure on the pass. Obviously, if you don't have weak side help as well.
Mismatch. Nice use. Left hand. Andrew Bynum. How about the start for Drew with 10 of the first 16 for the Lakers?
Well, so much so that Larry Brown is putting Jop into the game and saying, look, we got to find someone that can at least challenge him. I mean, he's getting anything that he wants right now.
Jop coming over from the Dallas Mavericks in the deal for Matt Carroll. And that time, Okafor had the position. He had really sealed Andrew on the block. 4 early for Emeka Okafor, the Houston native, in his 5th year out of UConn.
You play your defense prior to the guy getting the basketball as well. Don't wait till he gets it and then decide offensive foul.
Yeah, off arm.
Stiff arm.
Yeah. Looked like he put that off arm out. Wallace was on his way down to begin with, but it was out there.
Yeah. If he could have kept his left arm closer to his body, Wallace had lost his balance and was going down, but the arm coming away, I mean, there's no question about the call, as he was going down and the arm just helped him go down. He's like, get out of my way.
So with Luke Walton picking up his 2nd foul, he sits down with 3:55 remaining in the first quarter. And Trevor Ariza, another very solid game against San Antonio. I want to talk about the defense of Kobe, though, when we get a whistle. Felton. And Bynum made him go back outside with it. It'll be Diaw late in the clock. And a long rebound to Raja Bell. So second chance opportunity for the Bobcats. That's how they hurt the Lakers last year. And in fact, they out-rebounded the Lakers here at Staples, 52-40.
Whoa, you can't switch.
total breakdown.
Cannot unless you're going to really communicate verbally. You can't switch on that play. And the Lakers, Kobe and Trevor, they thought about switching, but they didn't.
So Gerald Wallace has 8 points and all 8 within inches of the rim. Not like he's been challenged outside. There's a turnover. Bynum and Ariza, and not exactly in communication.
Wow, that was that substitution job for Okafor was just so that Larry Brown could have a couple of words with Okafor as Gerald Wallace gets an absolute gimme there.
Mismatch inside. Needs some support behind. And Diaw blows another easy one, doesn't he? Andrew came over, but it was out of his hands. Now Pau Gasol, the mismatch at the opposite end, stays with it and rejected. It'll be put out of bounds off Felton, but it was Okafor with a big play defensively.
Well, there were a number of defenders around him. He fakes one, but doesn't think about the other one, and the other one's Okafor, and Okafor just cleanly blocks it. Fortunately for the Lakers, the Bobcats touch the last.
Okafor among the top 10 in block shots, just about 2 per game. Kobe looking for his first bucket of the game. And across it goes short to Wallace. So the Lakers down by 3. 2.5 to play. Nice hesitation, Raymond Felton. And Diaw almost walked with the basketball. Again, Gerald Wallace in for the layup. So he's got 10 and all right next to the rim. He has wiped out the 10 that Andrew Bynum has. And you talked about the struggle. Pau's 1 for 7, Kobe 0 for 3. The 1-2 punch of the Lakers.
I think those guys will start to heat up. I'm more concerned about the ease with which the Bobcats are getting to the rim now.
Yeah, defensively, the breakdowns. So 5-point lead for Charlotte. Inside of 2 to play. Getting inside again, points in the paint. Raymond Felton that time. 8-0 run for Charlotte. So 16-15 Lakers, and now the Bobcats up by 7.
Did they call it time? Ooh.
Just got it into Trevor Ariza.
Got it in.
See if they can exploit the mismatch, though. Andrew Bynum lost the handle, but it went right, fortunately, for the Lakers to Gasol. And it's going to be a reach on Gerald Wallace. He put Gasol off balance. His first, team's third.
Well, that brings Juwan Howard into the game. Also, the stoppage in play brings Lamar Odom off the bench. So, substitutions with 1:23 to play, and the Lakers trailing 23-16. They need an injection of some sort of life.
D?
Well, that's a good place to start.
15th year for Juwan Howard as Pau Gasol sits down. You mentioned Lamar on the floor for the first time. Hot hand Andrew Bynum going up against Emeka Okafor. It was almost like, do I use the glass or not? Lamar trying to take it away. Another layup, though, for Wallace. This time it spins out. Running the floor, Ariza. On the trail, it's Derek Fisher. The triple, too strong. And a Okafor clears it out. So the Lakers right now 36% compared to 52% for the Bobcats.
And it's been a Bobcats first quarter. They've really controlled, the game on both ends, especially the offensive end where they're getting into the paint just about every trip down.
Felton had to alter it. Lamar came over, but it's Howard picking up the second chance opportunity. About 15 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock, in case they're thinking about the 2-for-1. Juwan Howard.
He's been making that shot all through his career.
That funky release.
Yeah, that corner jump shot.
It's almost like a hesitation when he takes that shot. So the Lakers will play for the final shot, we think. Will they go early? Kobe 0 for 3, Pau Gasol 1 for 7. The combined 1 for 10 for the top 2 scorers for the Lakers this year. It'll be Kobe. Now 0 for 4. Felton will get it off in time. And that'll do it for the first 12 minutes of play for the Lakers against the 4th best defensive team in the league and fewest points allowed. They were stifled.
And they're on pace to hold the Lakers under what they give up, as the Lakers were only able to put 16 on the board compared to 23 for the Bobcats. Second quarter when we come back. Like Lexus, pursuing perfection, started the Lakers off with an easy deuce. made 5 out of 6 from the field, a couple of block shots. I mean, doing his job. Now it's up to the rest of team to get involved. As I mentioned, Andrew's 5 of 6. Rest of team, 3 for 16.
And the last 3 for Andrew Bynum, the Western Conference Player of the Week. 42 and 15 against the Clips, 23 and 14 on the Wizards in only 24 minutes. 15 and 11 with 4 blocks against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. Lamar, Odom, Jordan Farmar, Sasha Vujacic, along with Trevor Ariza and Pau Gasol. 5 on the floor for the Lakers. They stay. With Howard out there. Also, Emeka Okafor, who's going to take responsibility now. Pau Gasol. In the back door, Gerald Wallace. Good read, Pau Gasol.
Yeah, they had that set up. Ooh, what a little half.
And it was wide open for Trevor Ariza. That was a breakdown. The Lakers didn't capitalize on. Gasol, a little rub. Maybe got away with one there. Wallace missed it badly. Farmar off the bench like he's still playing on Sunday.
So he's under control again. You know, that's the thing about when you have a lot of quickness. Some players, when they've got that much quickness, they don't know how to slow themselves up for their jump shot. So a lot of times they're off balance.
Turnover, and now they're going to say it was deflected out of bounds by Farmar. They only have 1 turnover so far.
And Jordan has a lot of quickness, but he's slowed himself down, got himself under control, got his feet under him. Good form, good follow through, hands up. Just watch it go through, and it went through.
Felton choked off, and now the double will be a reach, not a turnover. It'll be Jordan Farmar. They said crack Juwan Howard. So Farmar's got his first team foul of the Lakers, trailing by 5. So only a 5-13 road record for the Charlotte Bobcats, and this is the second of a 5-game road trip for them. They lost on Sunday night in Indianapolis to the Pacers, 98-93.
Larry Brown staying with his 4 of his starters, trying to really put a stamp on this game early.
Shot clock down. Bell saw it. And the close way too late. 26-18. Bell, a couple of threes. He's got a half dozen. So the largest lead of the game now for the Bobcats. Pau Gasol against Okafor.
Got to get contact with Okafor, or else he'll reject the shot.
Ariza shares it. It barely got there. And back to Juwan Howard. So the Lakers playing catch-up big time early tonight. Out of rhythm completely at the offensive end, shooting just 36%.
You've got to give credit to the Bobcat defense. Yeah. I mean, they're doing a good job of, you know, trying to beat the Lakers to their favorite spots on the floor and then making them shoot under duress.
Wallace is yet to take an outside shot. Everything inside. Felton real strong. And Lamar Odom kept it away from Juwan Howard. He backs it out of bounds.
Juwan Howard got just enough of a shove on that play to start that rebound attempt to get the ball freed up in the air, but couldn't control it.
Shannon Brown, and also the young man who came over, the first-round pick of the Phoenix Suns, Sean Singletary, checking in. So a very young backcourt now. Brown, though, in his 3rd year out of Michigan State, just doesn't have that many minutes. And he was a choice of the Dallas Mavericks. Lakers run off Gasol. And a little step through. Boy, Lamar had it if he wanted it. Shares it. And gets the assist. Sasha hits the 3. Lakers back within 5.
Can't believe the number of players that will watch an offensive guy go to the baseline, but then stay up near defensively, stay up near the free throw line when the only path available is along the baseline.
They don't like to go to the bench in Charlotte. Don't feel real strong about their reserves. Now shot clock coming down, and it's going to be a 3-second violation. Jump inside. He thought the shot was going up. It'll go the other way, and that's only their 2nd turnover for Larry Brown's squad.
Second unit for the Lakers, increasing the tempo a little bit, and sometimes that's a good thing.
Sasha the distance, flipped it. Gasol's there to clean it up. That took Okafor out of position for the putback.
There it is again, though. A mini dribble penetration. That was more like transition.
Lakers back within 3. The second unit picking them up. Wallace on the spin. Again, next to the rim.
He's just having his way.
Yep. 8th year out of Alabama. Only played 1 year of college basketball, so he's just 26 years old still. 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter. And Gasol with the left hand. You think he arced it a little bit because of Sagana Diaw?
But that would have been a nice up and under move there. But his balance wasn't good enough for him to be able to stop and go under. Fake the up, go under him, get a layup.
Good job. Farmar shutting off Singletary, a real quick guard. Gonna go back to Juwan Howard, and he's fouled. Lamar Odom with the foul. Met him up top, but this ain't got him down low. And a timeout on the floor.
Somebody's going to have to meet him up top because right now the Bobcats are having their way. 8:27 to go in the half.
You gotta fight!
Welcome back once again as the Bobcats go to the free throw line. Joel Myers, Stu Lance, along with Pat O'Neill at Staples Center tonight, and talked about the problems the Bobcats have given the Lakers. Well, 3 of the 5 of the starting lineup for the Lakers last year in the 108-95 loss aren't in the starting lineup this year. It's only Fish and Kobe among the 5. So no similarities really in the starting 5, but still matchup potential for Charlotte, and they're exploiting it with a smaller lineup. Okafor, they're only big for Larry Brown, but they've taken 4 of the last 5. They've only been in existence for 4 years. This is their 5th, and they have split the 8 games with the Lakers. But Larry Brown in his first season, don't forget that. And a different style completely for Emeka Okafor and the Charlotte Bobcats. The guy you see sitting next to him, by the way, Adam Morrison, barely getting off the bench. They don't use their reserves very often. Morrison played just a couple of minutes in the first half in Indianapolis and didn't even play in the second half. And you're talking about spending a lottery pick on Adam Morrison, who missed all of last year with an ACL. His rookie season 3 years ago out of Gonzaga. So this guy was taken third as Juwan Howard shoots 2 with 8:27 to play. You could win tickets to an upcoming Lakers home game courtesy of Verizon Wireless. Text Lakers to 66196 by the end of this evening's game. 66196. Text Lakers. 1 winner per game. Sweepstakes open to residents of LA, Ventura, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange counties. 18 and over. Got to be 18. For all the rules, head over to the Lakers website, Lakers.com. So Lakers now down by 7. Clear it out. And Lamar Odom's got to go. Shot clock down. Lamar up. Lamar has shown confidence in the jumper, and especially a mid-range shot like that.
Well, especially on that baseline, because it would have been difficult to go left. If he goes left there, he goes out of bounds. So.
Good pass inside. Over the top. Too many layups now for the Charlotte Bobcats. In fact, they're 24-16 of points to the paint on the Lakers.
Again, when the passer has the ball over his head, you've got to put pressure on him.
Good work by Gasol, but blows easy from inside. It's a 7-point deficit. Pau Gasol, talked about him going to the All-Star game, just 2 for 10. He has been the most consistent Laker, though. So it's rare with this kind of night to begin with for Pau Gasol. Juwan Howard's coming up short. And Ariza with the rebound. So the Lakers at 39%. Lamar setting it up and grabbed by Diaw. He was trying to go to the right hand, though, wasn't he?
Well, Diaw did a good job of shutting down that left side. And Lamar said, I've been introduced to the right lately, so I can make the play rather easily going the other direction. So Lamar will shoot 2 as Kobe gets ready to check back in. And of the 10 starters, 5 on each team, Kobe's the only player that hasn't scored.
San Antonio about to win another close game. They're 9-2 in games decided by 3 or less, and I bring that up because of the way the Lakers handled them in the second half. And Kobe is back on the floor, and I wanted to bring it up to you. You saw what happened in the first half, especially Kobe taking Ginobili right out of San Antonio's offense. I mean, he just shut him down. Manu got a bucket in the last minute of the first half. He only had 5 at the break.
Yeah, again, he's so instrumental for what they want to do offensively. And if you can get to him early, the best way to stop a fire from starting is to be on it yourself, not to have to switch on him after he's already lit somebody else up.
Wraparound entry, knocked away. Farmar dropping down to tap it away from Diaw, but still 8 on the shot clock. But it was amazing what Kobe did. You talk about a lockdown defender. That's what he was on Ginobili on Sunday.
Secretary of Defense.
It's now 98-95. San Antonio, 30 seconds to play at Utah. And Brown again, another layup. 3rd year out of Michigan State. Shannon Brown at 6'4", 210, a big guard.
Phil Jackson's not going to be happy with points in the paint. They are really getting to the rim.
Anything they want inside. This is the second unit. Don't forget, Kobe over Brown. Kind of night for the Lakers. He's 0 for 5. Pau 2 for 10. Get back in transition, though. Inside job.
Another point.
Easy.
Another 2 in the paint.
Yeah, they double Juwan Howard. You don't have to double Juwan Howard, by the way. 36-26. You're playing right into their hands. Now, finally a touch for Andrew Bynum. He's back into the game. And a couple of free throws. Juwan Howard with the foul.
2 free throws coming to Andrew. There's about 6 minutes left here in the half, and the Lakers have 26 on the board. So you got to give some credit to this defense of the Bobcats, holding the Lakers to only 38% shooting. Sure, they've had a couple of shots that, you know, are gimmies, so to speak, that they've missed, but a lot of it is under duress. So give the Bobcats credit.
Yeah, top 10 in both fewest points allowed and field goal percentage defense. So it's not a fluke. Larry Brown's got him committing to that end of the floor. They're 4th in fewest points allowed, 93 a game, holding the opposition to 45%.
And one of the ways you can have your good team defense, it starts out front. When your guards are limiting dribble penetration, it's going to make everything else in the half-court set that much more difficult for the offensive team. So, and they've been leveling off the Laker guards so far.
Rookie out of Virginia, Singletary, a very quick guard, working against Jordan Farmar. Now the aim of the shot clock. Diaw runs out of racing room, but they moved around well. Singletary now running out of time. Will they get it off in time? It won't get to the rim. Shot clock violation. A good stop for the Lakers, and they needed it, trailing by 9 early.
Good thing they went through the legs of Brown. The shot clock was winding down as it was, but he was wide open. The pass was a little low, and the Lakers were the beneficiary of that turnover. 5:46 to go in the half, and the Lakers trailing by 9. When's their offense going to get started?
The 36-27 lead with Andrew Bynum going to the free throw line for the Lakers, as the Bobcats have done a good job defensively. But the Kings doing a better job all the way around. How about back-to-back road wins for the Kings last week? First, winning at Minnesota 5-2, and then holding on after that 6-2 lead, almost got away. Beat Denver, the Colorado Avalanche, 6-5. And now it's the Caps. Kings and the Capitals Thursday, right here on Fox Sports West. Points in the paint, a little one-sided right now.
Well, it's been a very disappointing effort in the paint by the Lakers. I mean, when the opposition has more points in the paint than you have total points, you've got a problem. And right now, that's the way it stands. Lakers have 27 points. The Bobcats 28 points in the paint.
Lamar Odom on a clear out. Wants to go back on the mismatch. Can they get it to Bynum in time?
They better get it to somebody, because the clock is an issue.
Raja Bell all over Kobe. With the shot clock in the background, you could hear it. Kobe, his first basket, a tough look.
That's what he needs. He needs the clock to be winding down. Reminiscent of the end of games and when he really is a very high percentage shooter.
Backdoor Okafor. Again, too many breakdowns in the paint right next to the rim again. So way too easy for the Bobcats, 38-29. Lamar Odom. Howard's got another foul. A couple of free throws for him with 4:52 to play in the half.
You know, I talked about Kobe needing the shot clock to be down, or the game clock to be down, working against Raja Bell and freeing himself up. And he knows the shot clock is going down. He peeks up at it and says, uh-oh, I got to do something and do it in a hurry. And he does.
Lamar Odom gets the first issue. So some guys who doubled with the ball, as we saw in that replay. Kobe doubled off the ball.
Well, I mean, they try their best, they being the opposition, regardless of what team it is. They try their best to keep the ball out of his hands.
The Lakers only 39% compared to 50% shooting for Charlotte. But as we've mentioned, Charlotte's got 30 points in the paint already. 1 of 2 for Lamar Odom.
Well, I thought maybe he was trying to bank the second one. It was kind of long.
Trevor Ariza heads back to the Lakers locker room as soon as we hear something. Patrick O'Neal will fill us in. Late cover. Radmanovich, who just checked in, late on the entry. Diaw beat him to the spot.
I talked about playing defense before your man gets the ball, especially when you're on the weak side. You just can't, because your man doesn't have the ball and you're on the weak side. You can't stand straight up and relax. That's really when you're most jeopardy of getting beat.
So the first falls for Diaw. We head downstairs to Patrick O'Neill. Pat?
Yeah, Joel, thanks. On my way to find out what's going on with Trevor Ariza, just want to fill you in on what's going on with Gerald Wallace, who is in the back right now with back spasms. He's getting stretched out, is expected to return. You know, as for this defense that Charlotte's playing, very typical of a Larry Brown coach team. Phil Jackson was talking about a physical pressure on the ball, very specific set picks. I think the Lakers might need to look at that as they make adjustments for the second half.
Gerald Wallace, and that's good news. He is back after the back spasms. The Lakers down by 10.
Back on the bench, but he's a guy that, you know, because of the way he plays, he's always going to be banged up a little bit.
Kobe trying to get down deep on Bell on the fall away. Back to an 8-point deficit. So 4 points now for Kobe on 2 of 7, hitting his last 2 shots.
Well, let's see what the defense can do in the final 4 minutes of the half. They've got to tighten the screws a little bit.
Bell shut down by Kobe, took it away cleanly. So Kobe gets it done at the end. On the finish, Lakers back within a half dozen at 40-34. He just jumped it, didn't he? Like a good D-back.
Did a good job of anticipating, put that left hand out there and tipped it free and gets an easy deuce.
Timeout, Charlotte.
Lakers score back-to-back, and Larry Brown says, can't let this team get on a roll. So he takes timeout, trying to stop a little bit of momentum that the Lakers seem to have after the steal by Kobe Bryant. Still 3:44 to go in the half, and the Lakers are only 34 on the board. The steal by Kobe thus far as he picks the pocket of Raja Bell and gets an easy deuce. Nice job defensively by Kobe, trying to get the Lakers back mentally into this game, because mentally they're not there. No, I'd like to be mentally into that Land Rover. Or physically into it, too.
I was waiting for the physical aspect. Charlotte out of the timeout after the Lakers cut the deficit from 10 down to 6. And it's Diaw just changed his pivot foot, trying to get around Gasol for the pass.
Well, he jumped to pass, but he didn't jump very high, and he came back down before the ball left his hand. Boris, you better jump a little higher than that if you're going to jump to pass.
They only had 1 turnover in the first 12 minutes of play. Now, there's 3.5 to play in the second quarter. They've already got 5 compared to the Lakers' 4. Let's see if Bynum can get some touches, because, man, was he hot in the first 12. Reach on Fell. 4th team foul on Charlotte.
There was a play where the Lakers all weren't on the same page. Radmanovich was not in the right spot. They had a play set up where they were trying to run a rub screen and throw a lob to Kobe, but unfortunately Rad had his man defensively there as well.
Backdoor Kobe got away from Bell, and a little shove from Bell is his second foul. How many times is Kobe going to miss that? 1 out of 100?
Yeah, but he got shoved real nice in the back.
I know,
yeah. That one almost like whiplash. You get shoved in the middle of the back, and all your momentum goes forward except your head. And Kobe will go to the line and shoot the first free throws of the game by him. Not many free throws at all in this game. Only 6 for the Lakers and 4 for the Bobcats.
Nobody's complaining. So 7 points for Kobe, who comes in as the league's 3rd leading scorer with 26.3 a contest. LeBron James and the Cavaliers winners tonight. They have raised their record to 35-8. Won by 7 at home over Sacramento. Orlando a big winner, easily at home over Indiana. So Orlando now with a victory, 34-10. Lakers back to within 4 on a 6-0 run. Clear out of side for Boris Diaw. Adam Morrison just checked into the game, trying to find some minutes off the bench for Larry Brown. Now, shot clock, and Diaw took a run. If knocked out of bounds, it'll belong to the Lakers.
See, there's where Boris is real. He's got a lot of finesse. His game is basically finesse. He's got to get a little bit more aggression. When you get into the paint there, try to bring the basket down. He tried to be cute with it. Andrew made him alter a bit, and he missed it.
A lot of skill for a 6'8", 235 guy at a small forward position, as the Lakers know all too well when he was playing with the Phoenix Suns. Now the little turnaround, Kobe picks up 3 right away on Raja Bell, who walked out on him. He got him on the elbow. So 3 fouls on Bell in the last 90 seconds, and he didn't have 1 in the game.
Well, when Kobe decides to really get aggressive, and since he's re-entered the game, he's gotten real aggressive offensively. You're going to find yourself in that position. No question about the foul hitting right. I'm surprised the ball got to the rim, because when you get hit on the elbow, that ball normally goes way off the mark.
So Kobe with the first of 2. He's down 3 of 3 at the stripe. Another reason to double figures despite the slow start from the field. He missed his first 5, but he's hit his last 3. We're talking about shots. 8-0 run for the Lakers, only trailing by 2. So Raymond Felton back into the game, working into the backcourt. Shannon Brown also with him now. This is the guy you got to worry about. And got the little bump and the curl. He goes to the line looking for the three-point play. Playing at a very high level for Larry Brown now.
Well,
ever since they started talking about trade talk.
High screen and roll, and then he keeps Fish behind him, cuts him off, and then gets the screen by Okafor. It takes Andrew out of the play. And then Derek with a little bit of a push. Protect the shooters, three-point play.
He's averaging 13 and 6 assists, a little over 6 assists a game. He was 7th in the league in assists last year. So he's dropped off by about an assist a game, but you got to have guys to make shots to get assists. And they're down offensively this year. Kobe inside the arc. And right back at, will it be Bynum? No, smart play by Felton. Tapped it to Shannon Brown. 5-point deficit for the Lakers at 43-38, playing catch up from the very beginning. They were up 16-15 and then it was an 8-0 run. The Bobcats.
The ball's bouncing their way here in the first half. That was a turnover just waiting.
And finally, it arrived.
And that turnover should go to Boris Diaw. Again, out of control. I mean, he's making a move to the basket, but OC all the way.
Well, the Lakers get it back on the 6th turnover. They're a +4 on points off turnovers. Fish popping up inside the arc, the long 2. And the Lakers down by 3. Well, can they get enough stops now for the final $145?
Well, they've started to pick it up a bit, and that's what happens sometimes when your offense picks up.
Man, did make a difference that time to Diaw. 8 points for Diaw.
That's that little rub screen where you just set a screen and then just slide horizontally. Makes it tough for the defense to get there.
And Bynum had it slapped away by Okafor, brought it down.
Derek has to gamble here.
And not that time. Shannon Brown from Raymond Felton. Nobody got back though, no floor balance. And Pau Gasol is shoved by Morrison. But hopefully he's okay.
But now Larry Brown will not be happy about that. You get a 3-on-1. You get a dunk, and then you give up a full court pass for a dunk to the opposition. Wow, that is really a strange play. And they're calling it a flagrant one.
Yeah.
Hit him right in the head?
Yeah, he didn't play the ball at all. Normally you see guys who, right at the side of his head.
But they've been consistent about anything to the head.
That's exactly what Zach Zarba is saying, that you went up top. Downstairs, the latest on Trevor Ariza with Patrick O'Neal. Patrick?
Yeah, we just saw some physicality right there. The update on Trevor is he got hit in the head coming around a screen. He's in the locker room right now being evaluated. Will continue to be evaluated. We'll have more of an update on Trevor the start of the third, guys.
All righty.
Wow.
So our best to Trevor right now. Feeling, maybe not that he's got a concussion, but when you take a shot to the head, that's the first thing you think about.
When you're getting examined after a shot to the head, that's the only thing they're thinking about, I guess.
47-43. Lakers down by 4. Could be a real big trip, though, on the step back. Kobe makes it a 5-point trip.
Boy, that flagrant really cost them in a big way.
So it's a 2-point ball game. 5 unanswered by the Lakers on one sequence.
And that was close to a violation by Morrison. You're not allowed to set a screen out of bounds. He was close to being out of bounds.
Diaw setting up a wide open Shannon Brown. And Morrison with the rebound. 35 seconds remaining in the half. Slow start for the Lakers, but they picked it up. It popped away, and Fish had it knocked away by Brown. It'll belong to the Lakers with 29.3 to play. And an opportunity for the Lakers. They haven't had the lead for, it seems like, about 2 hours. They were up by 2 early in the game.
See how close they get to the last shot here. 4-second differential.
The double came out on Kobe. Radmanovic shares it. Fish for 3. He's got the lead. Lakers 48-47 of the triple by Derek Fisher. They spaced and they moved it.
Now you want to go into halftime with that little bit of mo. No foul, no basket, obviously.
And nobody to the paint. Raymond over Andrew Bynum. Tough shot. And that'll do it for the half as the Bobcats, led by as many as 10, go to the break up by only 1.
Well, good little resurgence there by the Lakers to end the half, so they're right there now. It's anybody's ball game. They have to play better in the second 24.
They close it with an 18-9 run. But as you mentioned, and point to the paint, they've got to clean that up. 49-48 Bobcats. Sending now to the jack of the box.
Wherever he goes, he draws a lot of defenders, whether it's a double, a triple, when he's shooting the ball, especially with guys like Raja Bell. Challenge shots. They're making it as difficult as possible. And when he doesn't have it, double him up. Double off the ball. You're allowed to do that these days. And Boris Diaw says, not only am I going to double him up, I'm going to hold him up. Wrap around. Make it as hard as possible. And that's the best way you can defend a guy as good as Kobe. What they need to do is get production from other places. And as we like to do, we go outside the Laker locker room to Patrick O'Neal. Patrick?
All right, guys, thanks very much. Here with assistant coach Brian Shaw. And Brian, I sleepwalked through that first quarter. I know you weren't happy with the play, but it turned it on a little bit in that second quarter, especially late got on a run.
Yeah, you know, they play with a lot of intensity, and I think, to be honest with you, they were playing harder than us at the beginning of the game. So we were able to, you know, rally and get back into it. We told the guys it's going to be a physical game. They come with a lot of defensive pressure, and I think, you know, 34 of their 49 points or something close to that are points in the paint. We just can't win a game giving up that many points in the paint in the half.
Don't hear a lot of boos at Staples. Heard some with all those layups, and then certainly like you're talking about, that's something you don't expect to see in the second.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to see a team have a letdown like that. You know, we have the best record in the league. Fans are used to seeing good basketball. We weren't playing good basketball, so, you know, I understand it.
All right, best of luck. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, there's Brian Shaw, and guys still waiting on word from Trevor Ariza. Brian just told me he didn't even know that the guy had left the bench, concentrating on coaching. As soon as we have that, we'll get it for you.
All right, thank you, Patrick. You know, it makes you crazy, though. They play so well at the defensive end against San Antonio, hold the Spurs to 85 points, and here you're up against the team that is dead last in scoring to the NBA, averaging 92 points a game. So every matchup's different, every night is different, and that's why you don't ever want to be a coach.
That's why it's all about matchups. I mean, you can have a much better record than your opponent, but if they match up well with you, they can take care of business on that particular night. So the Lakers realize that against this Charlotte team.
And it's a small lineup for Charlotte. Felton out there with Wallace, the swing guy. Diaw, the only big guy, is Emeka Okafor. What a save by Luke Walton. Behind his back,
save, I'll tell you that.
His own basket.
Underneath the opposition basket, you thought there, you normally give up a layup.
Wanted to go back to Drew. Finally. Bynum. Good job. Didn't get the roll. And loose ball. Pau Gasol wants it a little bit, doesn't he? It's taken away, though.
At least he went down to the floor to get it. You know, when you're 7 foot, you can't reach. You got to almost just drop to your knees to get to it.
So let's see. You talk about the first 5 minutes all the time, Stu. Let's see what the first 5 minutes present for the Lakers. Diaw popping out with a great look. Man, Andrew Bynum. Close to double-double. That's his 8th board. He's got 11 points. He had 10 in the first, seemed like 8 minutes of the game. Kobe is now 5 for his last 6. He is 5 for 11 and 14 points after the slow start.
And that's why it never concerns me about his offense, because he's such a guy that doesn't worry about his last shot. He worries about the next one.
Andrew Bynum got a piece of it, but as it deflected away, Felton comes up with it. And the teardrop, taking Bynum out of the equation over the big guy. Well, unfortunately, Trevor Ariza, and we just received word, suffered a concussion during the second 12 minutes of play, and he is not going to be back tonight.
That's very unfortunate.
Playing so well for the Lakers off the bench. And we were just talking about finally the second unit complete and healthy. And as soon as we talk about that, Fish on a contested jumper, not close. And Gasol put it off Boris Diaw. Boy, he's active, very active.
What a break. What a break. Almost looked like that Pau touched it last. But, you know, we talked about dribble penetration, and Felton with that teardrop, just a knuckleball that goes up, goes in. That's the only thing that counts.
Kobe, bodied up off the ball by Raja Bell with the left hand. Pau Gasol. He was denied. Boris Diaw tried to body him up a little bit. A 1-point lead for the Bobcats at 51-50. Okafor inside, and Andrew Bynum defending him well. So drew a board away now from a double-double, and Gasol can't find it.
Well, it was tipped at the last minute by Boris Diaw off the head of Pau. That was a heads-up play, no pun intended, by Boris.
The 2.5 gone by. Gerald Wallace hasn't had to make a shot outside tonight. Everything around the rim for him. That's how good it was for them. We talked about a 34 of the first 49 in the paint. Fish finding Andrew Bynum. Man up with a much smaller man, Boris Diaw. High percentage. Lakers by a point. 13 for Drew.
You know, I realize he's 7 foot, a little over 7 foot, but he just seems longer than that. He just plays very big, very long.
Felton trying to penetrate. It'll be Diaw popping out though. The long rebound to Raja Bell. On the run. Emeka Okafor. So second chance points. They take advantage of it. Not many for either side so far tonight. It's 4 apiece. And Lakers back down by 1.
You always have to know, long shot is probably going to produce a long rebound.
Luke Walton can't give the Lakers the lead online, but off the heel.
Now that was, I haven't had a shot in a long time play.
Wallace, and they call the foul on Fish. Couple of free throws coming up for Gerald Wallace. Fish, wrong place, wrong time. Just got caught.
Yeah, Fish is almost trying to get out of the way and gets caught for the foul. So Gerald Wallace will go to the charity stripe where he's looking for his first scratch from that distance. Hasn't attempted a free throw in the game.
He's 6 of 10 for the field and everything for him around the rim. They have not been a good free throw shooting team, and especially in the last one. Well, the Lakers invite all 6th, 7th, and 8th graders in Los Angeles County to enter the 3rd annual Freedom Through My Eyes Art Essay Contest. Contest encourages students to explore the meaning of freedom through a 200-word essay and original artwork. Students can win a trip, what an adventure, to Washington, D.C. Sponsored by the Lakers, a tour of the U.S. Capitol, the White House, visit all the great monuments, museums. You have to enter, though, by February 13th. For all the contest rules, application forms, head over to the website. Just head over to Lakers.com. Kobe with the loop on the run. And knocked away from Andrew Bynum. Kobe returns the favor. Step back. What a beauty.
What a
It's
play.
Even. That was tough. 54 apiece.
The Bobcats were thinking they're in transition. All of a sudden, they didn't even have the ball as Kobe picked it and gets the hoop.
And now, after an 0 for 5 start, he's at 50% from the field. So Kobe leading the Lakers with 16. Raja Bell with his 3rd triple of the game. 57-54. They're not going away. 9 points for Bell. The guy that's been averaging 19 a game over the last 4. Pau Gasol real short, but it looked like it was tripped. And Kobe hit from behind. He wanted a foul instead. We'll just bring the Lakers back within 1.
Oh, nice effort. Nice effort. Air ball by Pau. Unusual.
Fish directing it the other way. And Raymond Felton can't get it. Luke Walton. Good job against Okafor. Now Andrew asking for it. Reward the big guy. Man, he ran.
Yeah, but Okafor did a good job of getting back with him. But you're right. Andrew did do a good job of getting down the floor.
So Fish says, if I miss, you can have it. 58-57.
No, he doesn't say if I miss, you can have it. If you want it, go get this rebound.
1 point game. Lakers on top. Lakers' biggest lead in this game has been just 2.
Only takes 1.
Kobe with a foul. Now, he's got a legitimate gripe because he's bodied up and Bell's holding his jersey and everything, and then he gets a little physical to that end of the floor, and he gets the whistle. That's frustration.
Yeah, well, again, when you reach, you're almost opening up the door for the officials, and that's what happened there. Kobe reached, but you're right. On the other end, without the ball, there was a nice jostling match going on between Raja Bell and Kobe Bryant.
So Kobe's got his 2nd foul. It's the Lakers' 2nd team foul. Diaw on the move against the larger Gasol, and headed to the line to shoot 2. Break for the Lakers. Looked like a 3-point play coming up.
And Boris is having his problems getting the ball to stay in the basket as well. But getting to the rim, looking for his 9th and 10th point with 2 free throws here as he looks to take the lead back.
Out of his 10 misses, too, I bet 3 or 4 were changed by Andrew Bynum in the first half. He's 3 of 13.
And of the ones that he changed and he missed, the Lakers get defensive rebounds. That's why I've always thought that altered shots are generally better than block shots because the majority of block shots go back to the offensive team, whereas the majority of missed shots go to the defensive team.
Well, what an impact Diaw and Bell have had on this team. The experienced guys that have had wins under their belt. Charlotte 11-8 over the last 19 after going 7-18 over their first 25. They lost their first on the road trip. Kobe up against Bell. Boy, what a beautiful stroke, though.
Talk about stopping on a dime and elevating.
The form, the look. 59-58. It doesn't go down. But it's tough to find a better look. Now we're halfway through the third 12. It'll be Raymond Felton. He's got a decent stroke as he gets the short corner three. So just like that, the Lakers trailing by 4 again. 14 for Raymond Felton, the former North Carolina Tar Heel. Luke Walton trying to get an answer. He's got it.
Wow, Luke said, I haven't had many shots as he knocks down his second in 4 attempts.
He's maximizing his 14 minutes.
Well, he's working on this end. He's working with Gerald Wallace, and Gerald in that first half had his way.
Almost taken away. Good team defense that time, but it's out to Raja Bell. That was almost like as Andrew Bynum takes it away from Gasol for his double-double. That's his 4th consecutive, by the way, for the Western Conference Player of the Week. He's got 13 and 10 tonight. And boy, what about his activity rate?
Good ball
yeah, really showing it go. And Pau Gasol can't give him an assist. That kind of night for Pau. Now 3 for 14.
Great ball fake by Luke Walton.
Bell finger rolls it home. Athletic play by Raja Bell directly under the cylinder.
That's why you have 2 hands, though. His right hand, he could have never made that one, but he says, I do have a left.
And offensive foul. Kobe's got his 3rd. So Kobe all tangled up with Raja Bell. And it'll go the other way when we come back on the turnover.
Well, just under 5 minutes to go in the third, and the Lakers trail by 3. Wow. Coming up, a sneak peek at the new movie Push, starring Dakota Fanning and Chris Evans, premiering February 6th at a theater near you. 4:58 to go in the third. Lakers trailing by 3. Possession of the ball to the Bobcats after the offensive foul called on number 24, Kobe Bryant, as he and Raja Bell battling for position. And Raja in Hollywood, pretty good job of falling. I don't know if there was that much contact, but he sold it enough to get the whistle. I talked about the 2 of them having a nice little jostling match away from the ball. They normally catch the 2nd foul in that situation. Kobe not happy about it, picked up his 3rd foul on that play.
Bell and the Charlotte Bobcats up by 3, and Raja Bell coming over to plead his case. He sees Kobe talking to Steve Javie, who made the call. Kobe's not laughing like Raja Bell, who walks away from it. This is the second I mentioned to the road trip, because coming up for the Bobcats after the Lakers, they've got Portland, Denver, and Utah. Then they go home. They've got Atlanta and Miami. So this is the first of 6 straight against winners. All defensive squad. Last year, first teamer 2 years ago.
Now important for Kobe not to pick up that 4th here in the third.
Diaw at 6'8", trying to muscle his way on Luke. That frees up Felton on the double. Can't burn him. And Andrew Bynum and Luke almost taking it away from each other. I like the strength Andrew showed there. Down Lamar in the crossover.
Just with a little bit. See how his head was a little bit further than his feet?
Baby hook kept alive. Andrew Bynum back at it. He'll shoot 2, and that's good to see, because going in out of the timeout, still I was looking to the numbers. Lakers down 28-20 on the board for this team.
Well, they're doing a good job. You got to give the Bobcats credit as Lamar gets the shot up, and Kobe with the first tip, and Andrew cleaning it up, looking for the 3-point play, just couldn't get it to stay home.
Second trip to the free throw line for Andrew Bynum. He split a pair the first time. He's now 2 of 3, 13 and 12 for Drew.
And his counterpart on the other team, Emeka Okafor, 8 and 5. So Andrew with the better numbers, but the Bobcats with the lead.
Yeah, and I like what Andrew did at the free throw line. He was 7 of 8 against the Spurs, and we talked about it the last few weeks. His stroke was too good for him to miss a lot of free throws, and he hasn't lately. He's got 15 and 12 after those 2 makes. Bell popping out off the screen, And into double figures with the long two.
And that's smart. They're running Kobe off the screens with the possibility that maybe he'll pick up that fourth.
Fish coming off the pick. It's Luke Walton trying to tie things up. Stayed out. Lakers trail by 3, 66-63. They're now 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. So inside of 4 left. Good entry. Wallace another one. Points in the paint killing the Lakers. It's 40-24 now. On points in the paint after the make by Wallace.
Boy, I mean, he got himself so deep and so free as Luke went for the steal, came up dry.
And it's the Lakers who lead the league in points in the paint on average. Good play by Wallace. Just took it away. Points off a turnover now for Raymond Felton. So the Lakers relaxing a little bit too much in this stretch and find themselves trailing by 7. It'll be a block on Diaw. On to the second team foul, though, on Charlotte.
It's amazing how some players will get a certain call going against them. Others don't get the same call. Boris says, how's that a block? He says, I called it. That's how it's a block.
Andrew Bynum and Kobe give it right back to the inbounder. 70-65. So Kobe up to 20 points now. Hitting 50% of his shots. Only 2 in double figures, though. Kobe and Drew. So I'm talking about Drew Bynum. Lamar crowding Diaw. It's going to be a 3-second violation. Okafor. He did a good job of the seal, but he'd been there for a while.
Yeah, he was hoping that the attention was on somebody else, but it's amazing how that third official seems to catch those kind of scenarios. 2:50.
It's a 5-point lead for the Bobcats. 2:56 to play. And don't forget, Billy Mack and the guys, Lakers live post-game show, all presented by your Southern California Hyundai dealers. It'll follow what kind of mood is it going to be for the Lakers as they get ready for Minnesota, where the range today was like 5 above and 10 below. A warm 5 above. Skywalks are us in downtown Minnie. Held as the Bobcats, and they're out tonight. Jonah Hill here. Anthony Cletus. David Spade. And Billy Mack mentioned it earlier. They're shooting a Curb Your Enthusiasm out front. Larry David. Andy Garcia's always here, and he's right next door to Jack tonight. Lou Adler, of course, in his usual spot. So we are ready to go. The Lakers get it back on the 3-second violation. Let's see the second unit. And they were spark in the second quarter when they come on the floor. Farmar and Sasha check in. So Vujacic, along with Lamar Odom, beating Diaw on the roll. And it'll be Pau Gasol after Lamar did everything except get the dunk.
Let me tell you something about that explosive first step by Lamar. That's how you get by a defender. That was quick. Now Kobe guarding Wallace. Wallace is a guy that likes to attack the rim, so tough position to put Kobe in.
Now the Lakers under out the rebound, and Okafor is going to the line to shoot 2.
That's 4 on Kobe.
And Scott Wall says, you can't talk me out of it. I'm giving it to you.
Technical foul on Kobe. So we talked about Lamar attacking the basket, missed it, but freed up Powell for the easy putback. And then on the other end, Kobe picks up his 4th, plus a technical, with 2:22 to play in the third.
So Raymond Felton's going to shoot the technical free throw. And before the 2, coming up for Emeka Okafor, who's not exactly money in the bank at the strike.
Got to walk away from him, Kobe. Kobe's
right.
Talking to the same official that just teed him up. Can't do that. You got to let him alone.
So the Bobcats now 9 of 10 at the free throw line after they hit just 18 of 30 in a 5-point loss on Sunday. And Okafor and Diaw were combined 4 for 13 as Okafor at the stripe for the first time tonight, and he gets the first of 2. Figure things out. Radmanovich checking in. Kobe will sit down for the final 2:22. So there were 3 Lakers around. It was Gasol along with Odom and Kobe. Kobe got the whistle, though, as Adam Morrison's going to be checking in on the next whistle. And Okafor gets both. 6-point deficit for the Lakers. Jordan Farmar coming off an exceptional performance on Sunday. Hit his first shot tonight. And Radmanovich could not relax against Gerald Wallace. Too athletic a guy. He's going to be all over
the only good
basketball.
The only good thing now for Radmanovich is Wallace is going out of the game because they bring Morrison in.
That's pretty. Hey, by the way, you said this to me. That's pretty cold.
Well, it's the truth, though. Sometimes the truth hurts.
And Gasol going to the free throw line.
Now, how many times have you heard me complaining or harping on out-of-bounds plays under the basket?
That was a beauty.
Lakers have the ball under the basket, a direct pass to Pau, and he almost gets a layup. He gets fouled. That's just, you talk about fundamental basketball. Wow.
You know, the one thing that kills me, and I don't care if it's under the basket or on the sideline, and I saw Laker do it last game against San Antonio, turn their back on the guy inbounding the basketball. Oh, does that make you crazy?
How many times have you seen that particular play work where the guy who's turning his back makes the play? Well, you're there just to make the pass in a little bit difficult.
Lamar trying to keep it alive. It's off Radmanovich. And how many times have you seen it? And it works a few times a year where they throw it off the back of the guy. Guy jumps in bounds, and he takes it.
As long as he gets both feet in bounds, it's a live ball for him.
73-68. Lakers still down by 5 after Gasol missed the second. He's got 10 and 3. It was a real frustrating night for Pau. Only 4-15. And it'll be a kick. So instead of about 8-9 on the shot clock, it's up to 14.
It was a good look at an entry pass, though, even though he did wind up.
Raja Bell hot from beyond the arc tonight. He's still got time as they set it up for Okafor. And Okafor trying to get it inside. Gasol did a good job.
Yeah, he tried to create the contact, and the official said, you did create it, and I'm not going to give you the whistle.
Raymond Felton. Farmar got away with a walk and can't get the roll. And maybe they'll let him go because of the Felton contact. Diaw, a good look on the baseline. Instead of 3. Not close. And Lamar took it away from Gasol. 3-on-2 Lakers. Lamar the distance. You can see it coming. Extendo works. 73-70. Lakers back within 3.
The best way to get into transition is to have the guy that rebounds it not have to look for an outlet pass. He can just rebound and push. Lamar can rebound and push.
Final minute. Lakers trail by 1 at the half. Diaw on the arc. Okafor won't get the roll. And the Lakers, if anything, they're trying to, as a group, get the rebound. Taking it away from each other a couple of times tonight. Lamar setting it up. Extra pass. Nice good patience. Jordan Farmar can't make him pay. Gasol against the smaller ones inside. And a fresh shot clock for the Lakers. Isolation. It'll be a walk. He's going to say, you know, he's rooting me out of the block, but Scott Wall doesn't want to hear it. A turnover for the Lakers. Chop checks in. Okafor, who did the job on the block, goes over to the bench.
24 seconds left in the quarter, actually 24.5. So the Bobcats should work for the last shot. But how many times have we seen a team take it a little early and give the opposition a final attempt?
You know, if it stays in the hands of Raymond Felton, who's always been a lead guard, whether it was Carolina or here for Charlotte, if it stays in his hands, you got to believe they will take the final shot.
This is when you force him a little bit. You know, you make him want to go a little bit sooner than he wants to. Don't just let him stand out there and dribble.
Juwan Howard, Morrison will have to. And that's a backbreaker. Guy cold off the bench, hasn't scored. Farmar got to get it. He will, but it won't be close. And the Lakers lose the third by 5.
What a hoop, though, by Adam Morrison. Clock winding down, and he drains the 3. We head to the 4th with the Lakers still looking up. As Lamar says, yes, I can take it coast to coast. Let's see what the Lakers can do about cleaning up the defensive end. He said, the question is, can the Lakers stop the Bobcats from scoring in the paint? So far in the game, they've got 42 of their 76 points in the paint. And of course, Kobe, his third quarter was pretty good. He started the game missing his first 5 shots. And since that time, he's made 8 out of 11, but picked up his 4th foul late in that third quarter. So he had to go to the bench. He's back to start the 4th. The Lakers have to get back, though, to Andrew Bynum. Andrew Bynum has only missed 2 shots in the game. He's 6 out of 8 from the field. Pound them on the inside makes it a lot easier around the perimeter.
So the Lakers start the fourth with Sasha Vujacic out front, along with Jordan Farmar. Lamar, Odom, Kobe coming off the Gasol screen, and it stays out. A good look for Kobe. So the Lakers trail 76-70, outscored 27-22 in the third. Felton, Shannon Brown just checked in. Morrison, the backbreaker at the end. Shannon Brown, nice move. Shot clock down on Juwan Howard, and will he recognize it? Brown does. And boy, it looks like it's going to be a real bad night for the Lakers, doesn't it? 79-70. Morrison beats him with a buzzer beater. And now Shannon Brown. And they usually get almost nothing from their bench, and those are 2 big buckets. Pau Gasol knocked away by Diaw. Turnover. Shannon Brown looking for points in transition.
So we can say what we want, but you got to give credit to this Bobcat defense. They're doing a job of creating havoc for the Lakers and then knocking them down on the other end.
Howard tapped it. Now Kobe. 1-on-2. Isolation over Brown. And real short. So 2 misses to start the fourth for Kobe. 8 for 18 for the game. And the Lakers also need to get some points out of the reserves. They don't have anything for the reserves except Odom has 6.
We need to get some defense out of everybody.
Brown, shot clock down again. He won't get it off in time. So they get the stop that you were looking for. They got a score, though, trailing by 9. And almost 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Boy, Charlotte looking for their 3rd straight win at Staples Center. A team that is only 5-13 on the road and 18-26 coming in. Much better team, though, since they made the deal.
Absolutely. That's why that 5-13 and their record. I mean, they've started to improve tremendously since the acquisitions.
The Lakers just 3 for their last 12. Lamar held up before the entry by Juwan Howard. Now let's see if you can get into the bonus early in the fourth when you're trailing by as many as the Lakers are now. Downstairs, we check in with Patrick O'Neill. Patrick.
Joel, thanks. In case someone's just joining us right now, I want to let everybody know that Trevor Ariza will not return. Suffered a concussion with 11:10 left in the second quarter. On an inbounds pass, Juwan Howard was setting a screen. He didn't see it, ran right into Howard. He is in the back. He's going to be evaluated tomorrow. We definitely wish Trevor all the best.
Yeah, hopefully it works. Sasha. I was looking for some points from the reserves, and the machine came through.
Sasha's only had 3 shots, and he's made 2 of them.
Lakers down by 6, 79-73. You talked about Drew. Bynum on the bench right now to start the fourth. Morrison, that's his role. And 1 and done, Lamar Odom. So let's see if the Lakers can run out a good 8 or 10 point burst. They've got 3 from Sasha. Now Kobe against the smaller Shannon Brown on the step through, shoots 2. So he tried to get to the rack, and that's also the second team foul on Charlotte.
And Sasha's spotting up, doing the right thing, because he knows Kobe's going to get the double team, so just spot up, be ready. Sasha is always ready to shoot it. He's got that quick release. He knocks down the triple to bring the Lakers within 6. Now Kobe to shoot 2.
The Lakers have really spoiled us this year, and I'm talking about the reserve. The first 4 or 5 off the bench because they have played 9 or 10. They've got 14 from the bench right now, and Ariza's loss does hurt them. You talk about rotations and the things he does for them and gets the tempo going with plays at the defensive end.
Yeah, more of the defensive end than anything.
Gasol giving him a second chance off the missed free throw. And it's rare when Kobe does miss, but he was prepared. Lamar on a roll and keeping it alive again. Loose ball picked up, though. The frustration continues by Raymond Felton. Lakers shooting just 43% to 49% for the Bobcats at this juncture. Good look. Man, Gasol with Diaw who took it away. Gasol wanted to lose ball foul. Just back him out next time. Don't look at the official. The double, and Diaw's not much of an offensive threat to begin with. Going to be a reach. First team foul on the Lakers. Timeout, and the Lakers will regroup.
Well, they have to regroup if they
to Toronto. And then the Cavaliers. So long break for the Lakers Thursday all the way to Sunday, and the Lakers are not going to leave Boston early, fortunately. They'll go to Cleveland. on Saturday. Spurs winning another close game, and that's what they've excelled at this year. I mentioned earlier 9-2 and games decided by 3 or less. They won that by 6 because of fouls at the end of the game. Cavaliers closer than I thought. Cleveland now with a win 35-8 as they defeat Sacramento by 7 at home. Easy one for the Orlando Magic. Orlando with the victory now 34-10. You're talking about the best record overall in the league. And the Nuggets win on the road at Memphis and Denver in front in the Northwest Division. They're now 30-15. I think the Chauncey Billups deal has worked out a little bit for them. And Carmelo Anthony on his way back this week, reportedly. It'll be Wallace denied. Good help. Pau Gasol. Now, shot clock issues. Job sees it. He's going up on the step back. He got the rim and out of bounds off Kobe. That kind of night for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Every loose ball, it's just not been corralled.
I said in the second quarter that it just seemed like the ball was bouncing in favor of the Bobcats tonight. And you normally make your own breaks, and that can be said again tonight. The Bobcats are making their own breaks. They're hustling. They're playing a good game.
And the Lakers doing a better job at this end of the floor now defensively in the second half after giving up 49 in the first half to Charlotte. It'll be a moving pick going the other way.
And Gerald Wallace.
Gerald Wallace has the foul, and the Lakers get it back on the 11th turnover. They've also capitalized on most turnovers tonight. They have 18 off the first 10. 18 points, that is. So the opening is there for the Lakers. Things have slowed down offensively, though, for both squads. The Lakers just 4 for their last 15 from the field. Kobe got job out of position off the window. How tough. 79-76.
When you're floating like that, that's the best thing to do. From that angle, you must use the glass. It softens your shot and gives you, obviously, a better chance of being successful.
23 points for Kobe. Juwan Howard on a clear out. Don't have to double. Blocked away. That's what I mean. He's not usually the first option. Sasha. Lamar working against Juwan Howard on the run. And Lamar blows another dunk, but he's fouled.
Boy, good attack. Man, is
he's
he attacking.
Aggressive tonight.
He's smiling like, how come that shot didn't stay down? Good first step. The bench loving it. Started with the defensive end as Lamar with the block, whether that was a pass or a shot, whatever it was, Lamar takes it and then attacks the basket. Doesn't get the flush, but gets 2 free throws. Now you got to make the free throws.
Lamar going there. Third time tonight. There is 2 of 5. Lakers as a group 12 of 18. So they've had 6 more attempts at the stripe, and they've only outscored the Bobcats by 1.
If you're consistently long on your free throw, like it seems like Lamar has been, take a half an inch or an inch further back off the stripe.
Gets the roll. And the Lakers trail by only 2. Boy, it's been like a long day at the office for the Lakers. And they're still at work late. And it's approaching midnight, it feels like, for them. 79-77. Can they get it straight over the next 7.5? And there's another foul. Gerald Wallace inside, throwing Kobe out of the way.
Larry Brown at midcourt asking what the call was, why that kind of a call. If he's posting up and then takes care of Kobe by locking his arm and gets the foul, and then he gets a technical foul. You see how he's locked Kobe's arm.
I'll take you with me.
Yeah, that's a foul.
Technical free throw is going to be taken by Sasha. And the Lakers trail by only 1 with the basketball.
Last time the Lakers had the lead, was it Hector was a pup?
I was waiting for that.
He's full
People
grown
appreciate
now,
that mention, though.
He's full grown now.
No, it was Sunday against San Antonio, I think. They did lead early in the game, very early by only 2. Lamar almost had to take it away. Bobcats, and you mentioned it, they are active at that end of the floor. They're contesting everything.
Exposed the basketball, and usually a guy 6'10", if he holds it over his head, a 6-footer won't be able to get to it. 6'2" won't get to it, but Felton that time got a hand on it.
Off the Gasol pick. Lamar on the spin, and Gasol trying to clean it up with one hand. So still a 1-point deficit. Mismatch inside. Somebody's got to help him out against Wallace. It'll be Job on the cleanup. Got a Job. Back to 3. Waiting for the whistle inside 6, I guess. Kobe asked for it. It goes the other way. Over the top, no backdoor help. Man, it was available. 8 on the shot clock. And a shot by Diaw, and that is also the 14th foul. So no more fouls to give, while the Lakers only have 1 team foul. Let's see if they can get to the line the rest of the way. That could be the key. You got to go inside if you're going to get a whistle.
And when you go inside, though, you got to be strong on the inside. You can see they're letting them bang on the inside, and that's some of the reason why Pau has missed some of his normal shots that he put down.
Kobe using the screen finally, and the 3 stays out. Wallace with a good box out by Bell to keep Lamar Odom away.
Look at this transition already.
Yep, easy. And a blown one by Diaw again. Kobe contested it, but man, has he missed some easy ones.
Yeah, he should make those. I mean, she just attacked the rim.
What a break for the Lakers. Down by 3 on the dive. They'll send it the other way. Sasha quick release. Gets the triple. It's even at 81. The machine alive and well up to double figures.
Nice screen and behind the back pass by Kobe. No, he knew that Sasha was behind him, so just threw the ball behind his back, and Sasha knocked down another one.
Diaw sharing it. It'll be Wallace. He had Diaw, and Kobe did not beat him to the spot. Good run by Gerald Wallace.
Well, yeah, Lamar tried to, though. He did a very good job of trying to shut off that baseline, but they called the block. So the free throws coming to Gerald Wallace.
And by the Southern California Mercedes-Benz dealers.
We've got a tie game with 5:50 to play, and I'm still trying to figure out how Boris Diaw missed yet another layup. This one, I don't even know if it was really contested. I mean, it was a semi-contest, but just flat out missed it. And that led to Sasha knocking down a three-pointer that tied the game. As Jordan finds Pau, and Pau finds Kobe, and Kobe with the wraparound behind the back says, Sasha, you do it. Sasha says, no problem. I've been doing it a lot this season. Sasha now, only as I mentioned, has only attempted 4 shots, but he's made 3 of them. In double figures, 4 shots, 10 points. That's efficient.
So before we broke away, it was Lamar accepting or trying to get the charge. He takes the block. It'll be Wallace shooting 2 for lead. They haven't missed many free throws tonight after a dreadful game at the free throw line on Sunday, where they missed 12. That's only their second miss, 11 of 13. Wallace, their leading scorer this season at 16.5 a game. He's at 15 tonight, and it stays there. Andrew Bynum checking back into the game for the Lakers along with Derek Fisher. Lamar Odom stays in, along with Sasha Vujacic and Kobe, of course. So even at 81, the Lakers looking for the first lead of the second half. Andrew Bynum, he couldn't believe he was that open.
Yeah, he could have taken one dribble and maybe even elevated.
You said it.
But that was a flat jump shot that he threw up there.
He was surprised. Nobody knew it. Backdoor thrown away. Wallace gave a look, and Diaw bit.
Well, not only that, if you make one step that direction, you're telling your offensive teammate that I'm going. So go. Even if you don't get it, keep going, come out the other side, but don't draw the pass and then stop.
Fish got to protect it. Singletary, a real quick one from behind, poked it away. He was worried about Raja Bell coming over to potentially accept the charge. Lakers have it, 14 of the shot clock. Wide open now for the Lakers. Can they take advantage of the situation? Singletary is going to sit down. Raymond Felton. It was a real short stint out there for Singletary. Felton, the experienced one, back in there in his 4th year out of Carolina.
Throw it in bounds. Shoot. I guess I'm the only one who can count to 5.
Fish, why don't you go back to Drew instead? He gets the lead for the Lakers for the first time in the second half. 83-81 on a 13-2 run by the Lakers.
Well, let's see if they can sustain something here. It's been a peak and valley game.
Done a better job at this end, as I mentioned, and also on the boards. Diaw on the move and ties it up.
He misses a layup, but he'll throw up shots like that.
That's only his 4th basket of the night on his 15th try. So it's all even at 83. We said it before. Now pitch beats Felton all the way to the hole and is blocked away easily. The pull-up maybe instead of the over-penetration. And Kobe from behind. Make sure they didn't have numbers in transition.
That's where teammates have to talk. Felton had no idea Kobe was coming from behind. Somebody in front of Felton has to scream at him to let him know that there's danger lurking.
Don't communicate a lot these days, do they?
Well, they do a lot of talking in the locker room and off the court, but you can't seem to get them to really communicate between the lines.
Tight one, fortunately, for the Lakers now. Bell. And out of bounds. Sasha pokes it away. 15 on the shot clock. So the Bobcats, with all the lead changes we have seen,
Sasha trying to get another member to his club. Roger Bell.
Why not?
Is getting the membership card.
Mike Bibby's still president. I promise you. I don't care if he's out of the conference.
4:21 to go in the ball game. Second half than he did first half, obviously. He missed his first 5 shots in the first half. But since that time, he's heated up a bit. Still a shade under 50% as he's 9 out of 20. But this is the time of the game where he likes to take over, whether it's on the defensive end with the steal or on the offensive end with one of his patented moves.
Now matching up with a guy that he's seen too many times. That's Raja Bell. And Bell, who's played 34 minutes tonight, he had 3 fouls in 90 seconds. So the other 32.5 minutes, he hasn't committed a foul. It'll be brought in by Wallace with 15 on the shot clock and 4+ on the game clock. Bell off the screen, and now the mismatch inside. Diaw, and it's cleaned up by Okafor. Close to being in the cylinder, but it looked like it was out.
Yeah, it was close, but nice job by Andrew. Nobody put a body on Okafor after Andrew had to go over and stop the penetration.
Inside of 4 to play. Lakers need an answer. It's Andrew Bynum. Hot early, and got away. No, it'll be a 3-second violation. So the turnover gives it right back.
Last basket by the Bobcats. Oh, that's as they get a look. Great camera work by the crew. That is offensive goal.
Still in the cylinder.
The ball was still above the cylinder.
Advantage Charlotte with the basketball and the lead. Diaw with a step back. Bam. Clutch. 87-83. 4-point difference with 3.5 to play. 14 now for Boris Diaw. Couldn't do a thing offensively early, but he's got a couple of big ones late now. Sasha, another, stays out. That's the way it looked for the Lakers in the first half. They couldn't buy it. So now a premium at this end of the floor when you're trailing this late. Diaw kills him. 90-83. Timeout, Lakers.
Well, a timeout was called a minute and some change ago. Score was tied at 83. Since the timeout, Boris Diaw has been the center of attraction. He missed a shot that was put back in by Okafor. Then he knocks down a
7-point ball game where the Lakers now on the wrong end of a 9-0 run by the Bobcats after the Lakers went up for their first lead of the second half, 83-81. Pau Gasol is going to be checking back in for the Lakers. Stays on the floor for the Lakers. It'll be Andrew Bynum. And Kobe along with Fish and Sasha. Lamar Odom will sit down.
There's still 3:06 to play. Lakers just need to get some production on this strip down and then let their have their defense get involved again. I mean, there's still plenty of time left. This game is not over by any stretch.
No, a lot of time left, but they've been so inconsistent to the offensive end in one of those stretches again where there's just 4 for 14.
Yeah, a lot of peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
A lot of peaks and valleys.
They're only shooting a little over 41% for the game. So let's see about the execution out of the timeout. Sasha's real short out of his hands. Wallace came, but it was a clean look.
Yeah, but he was a good 1.5 feet behind the line that time.
Felton trying to get the cup. Time on the side of the Bobcats.
Score on the side, too.
Diaw again. Sets it up for Wallace. And Pau Gasol cleans it up.
Yeah, but it took a good 40 seconds off the clock. And the Lakers now really running up against the time.
Kobe a little step back. His shot. 90-85. Will it be his time with 2:20 left? Here's you got to continue a one and done situation. No second chances here. Kobe trying to take it away from Wallace. And Wallace hit by Andrew Bynum. He was not playing the basketball to the Bobcats looking like, what's the difference there? And will they discuss it as a flagrant?
Well, they're discussing it, that's for sure. You know, and Gerald has had the back spasms tonight, so now to go along with back spasms, seems like he's holding on to something there. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but he's such an attack type of a player. They're calling it a flagrant, so that should just about do it with 2:08 to play, because they're going to get 2 shots plus the ball, as Andrew didn't really make a play on it.
Not at all.
Yeah, and elbow right in the rib. That's what that is. That's an elbow in the rib. You could see it on the replay that when he turned, his elbow hits Gerald Wallace right in the rib cage. When your arms are up over your head, your rib cage is really exposed, and that is the result. 2:08 to go in the fourth. As Wallace is being taken to the locker room, all bent over, and the Bobcats leading by 5. No question that the right elbow of Andrew Bynum hits him in the rib cage, and the way he's having trouble even standing up, it's just seems like maybe a broken rib or something. And that's a very dangerous type play, because as I said, when you're exposed with your hands over your head, you open up your rib cage or that part of your body to contact, and the contact came. And he stayed down for a long time, so we just have to hope that he's okay.
Really hate to see it.
And you can see right there, see how the right arm, right elbow area catches him in the rib cage?
Yeah, and a good call. Andrews not playing to the ball at all. So the flagrant, the free throws, ball out of bounds.
Wow.
And 2:08 to play.
And because it was a flagrant foul, and he's in the act of shooting, and he can't shoot the free throws, the Bobcats can send somebody to the line. Normally when a situation like that happens, the other coach selects a player. That's very unfortunate.
So when you look at their good free throw shooters, Felton's up there at about 80%. Believe it or not, Gerald Wallace, one of their best. Augustine and DJ is not available on top.
Coach Larry Brown can pick any one of the remaining 4 players.
And it looks like it's going to be Boris Diaw going to the free throw line.
And that surprises me a little bit, because Roger Bell should be the guy.
Yeah. He walked to the line, right. He stepped back, and it's going to be Raja Bell taking him. And Bell, so far this season at the stripe, 86%.
Yeah, it should have been Roger.
Sort of flat on the first. Break for the Lakers. But our thoughts right now are best to the guy back in the locker room, Gerald Wallace.
Yeah, that's the only concern right now, because I mentioned how he is such an attack type player, as Raja misses both of them. That's very unusual. But he's such an attack type player. His risk for injury is very high. Anytime you're a player that attacks the rim and you're off your feet, your chances of injuries go up. The more you're on the floor, the less chance you have of injury.
In a similar situation for the Lakers earlier in the game, they got 5 points on the play. Now Felton stripped away by Fish, but he keeps it. And they've got a lot of time on the shot clock. Minute 50 left. And free throws coming up for Boris Diaw. And that's deep in the clock already. So Fish gets the foul. Diaw gets the free throws. Need him to miss 1 of 2 to keep it at 2 scores. If you're the Lakers, 1:51 to play.
Now Boris is going to say, Roger, this is why I should have been at the line to shoot the free throws. Because I can lift him just as easy as you.
You know what? His barely got to the rim. That was real short.
Yeah.
And I talked about the way they didn't capitalize in Indiana, going 18 of 30 at the stripe. Well, after starting 11 of 12, they're now 11 of 17. They've missed a few in a row. So 5 straight misses by the Bobcats. Again, real short. But Andrew Bynum got walked under.
Kobe picked it clean.
Got it away from Okafor. Break for the Lakers. Now, can they take advantage of it? Kobe on the step back. Yes! Down to 3. 90-87. Minute 40 to play.
Well, the door continues to be ajar. Can the Lakers step through it, or will it get slammed in their face?
Felton on the screen and roll with Okafor. Diaw trying to create against the bigger man. And on his way down. What a shot by Boris Diaw, 92-87.
And you got to play with a little sense of urgency here.
Pick it up. It's not Shannon Brown anymore this time. It's Kobe over Bell. Another. Down to a deuce. 92-90. Best finisher in the game. Up to 30.
That keeps putting the pressure back on the Bobcats to respond. And they have been responding.
Screen and roll game. Got to get back to Okafor.
Got to get Diaw. He's been the man.
And long rebound. Sasha had it knocked away. Laker ball. Out of bounds off ground. So the opportunity there for the Lakers, and they can tank the Bobcats because of all the missed free throws.
Yeah, that's been the difference right now, because they could have pretty much put this game away with some successful throws. Now your sense of urgency isn't as great. You need to get a hoop here and then rely on your defense.
Or attack and get the free throw line. Kobe with Bell. Don't need it for it. On the spin, sets up Sasha for the lead. And rebound, good box out by Boris Diaw, and a foul on Pau Gasol. Lakers out of fouls. So free throws coming up. Bad time. 30.7 to play, but a guy that just went there and has doubt in his mind. Out of his hand. It didn't have a chance for Sasha.
Yeah, it was short and a little bit off to the right, but free throws again are going to be the story. We talked about them being able to put it away a little earlier. Now with 30 seconds left, as we look at Pau being boxed out and then throwing Boris down to the floor, Boris has really got it in his head right now.
Now, Andrew's got to just put a body on Okafor.
That's what Kobe's telling him right now. Box him out, big fella.
And Kobe with a hand on the hip. And it's a three-point game with 30.7 to play. Will the Lakers call a timeout? Yes, and we'll advance it when we come out of the timeouts.
Well, they don't like to let you go home early, do they? They keep you in your seats till the very end. A three-point game with 30 seconds to play. What will the Lakers do? 30.7 to play. The Lakers trail by 3. Possession of the ball in the hands of the Lakers, and they know who they want to take the shot, and that's Kobe Bryant, because his last 2 shots have been something special. Backs in and turnaround jumper. Nothing but bottom. Then comes down, faces up with Bell, and raises up for 3. Splash. But on the 3rd possession down, they took the ball out of his hand, double him up. He gets the ball to Sasha, who had a nice open look, just couldn't get it to fall. Now you're in a situation where one of the players for the Lakers has to make a hoop. And if you use up the clock, you're in foul situation. I mean, even a 2 here is good.
Yeah, because you have a timeout.
You can lengthen the game, though, the way they're shooting free throws.
Right, and you have a timeout remaining, so you can advance the ball. So Kobe against Bell. Here we go. Lakers down by 3. It's rare when they've had a breather. That's why San Antonio was kind of a shocker when they pulled away. Held on big. Now Kobe losing Diaw. Setting it up for Fish for the tie. Got it! Even in 93, Derek Fisher with the pressure on comes through. 14 seconds left. Larry Brown is not stopping it.
Well, the worst thing that can happen to Larry right now is overtime. So he knows what he wants to run.
Quick switch. Got to get Felton for the lead. No. And that'll do it. We go to overtime, and the Lakers very fortunate to be in this position.
Wow. Who would have thunk it?
Well, the Bobcats 1 for 8 on their free throws here in the 4th, and that's the difference.
That is the difference. Now you've got a 5-minute game with seemingly Mr. Momentum on the side of the home team. Now the Lakers have to come out and start this overtime session with that momentum. As Derek Fisher says, Kobe, set me up. Kobe says, no problem. And Derek spots up and splash. That was nice. Kobe setting the table and Derek eating the meal. Now the key is
7 straight missed free throws by the Charlotte Bobcats afforded the opportunity for the Lakers to tie things up on Derek Fisher's triple. 3 out of the last 5, and I don't even want to think about the triple overtime game in Charlotte where Kwame tried to take that charge.
5 minutes of basketball here.
Oh man! And the defenders played extra session earlier today.
Game?
I was into that game. The defenders won in overtime. If you're looking for an omen here.
Well, obviously, you know, the start of the overtime, since it's such a short period, only 5 minutes, that first 2-minute session is vital. So you've got a little bit of momentum. You've got to capitalize on it. So let's see what the Lakers do.
And it helps to have Andrew Bynum out there. Let's see the toss, because you want to, every possession is critical. You especially want this. Looking back at Derek Fisher, and Fish has it, despite Diaw coming into him. So here we go. Overtime at Staples Center. Charlotte has taken the previous 2. And I'm talking about the extra session matchups.
See who scratches first in the OT.
Kobe, shot clock coming down. He's going over Bell. And Kobe at the free throw line puts the Lakers up by a couple. His time. 32 for number 24.
We'll see if that spurt there at the end will jack up their defense more.
Diaw and Bell probably feel like they're still wearing Phoenix uniforms. It'll be Shannon Brown getting to the cup. Andrew Bynum, big block. Right time. Kobe withdrew on the run. Andrew Bynum on the slam.
That's as fast as I've seen Andrew change in. He caught that ball in stride, moving about 70 miles an hour. And with that catch and a put down.
Good soft big mitts. He's got 17. Pick and roll game. Andrew real active at the defensive end. Bell for 3. Drew's got the position, and he's got the basketball. Lakers by 4, 97-93. Looking for their 5th consecutive victory and a pick-me-up. And escape if they can get it done on their way to the road trip.
Well, a score here, and the Bobcats have to take a TO.
Kobe asking for some space as they flatten out down low. Fall away, not close. And Okafor. That's the uncontested one underneath. Felton in the pick and roll game. The Lakers doing a good job, but here comes Brown setting it up. Man, Andrew Bynum got the basketball. It's still alive over to Kobe. They're letting him play.
They're letting him play.
Really letting him play in OT.
Because Andrew slapped down on Okafor's shot as he was going up and
Kobe,
got it.
crossover on Bell all the way to the hole. He's coming through big time. Pressure on. Kobe coming through. Lakers by 6, 99-93.
Well, there's that timeout that I was talking about.
Does he accept challenges?
Oh, this is his time, though. He loves this kind of a scenario. Loves these scenarios. Crosses over on Raja Bell. Takes him baseline. And then rides him up. Rides him in. And puts the Lakers up 99-93. It's not over. Lakers lead by 6, still 2:55 to go in overtime. And we always talk about how Kobe comes up big in these scenarios, but Andrew Bynum has come up big. First, the block shot. That led to a fast break. And who's running the fastest? Andrew Bynum. The catch, the finish. Nice job, Andrew. And then defensively, did he get away with one on Emeka Okafor? Emeka says, well, my left arm isn't broken for a reason. If he comes down on the forearm, but they're letting him play. So sometimes you get away and sometimes you don't.
Yeah, 4 consecutive double-doubles, and over the previous 3, Drew averaging 27 and 13, so his 4th consecutive real impressive outing. And the consistency there at both ends of the floor now for Andrew Bynum, who knocks it away, but it's out of bounds.
Boy, what a play. You know how far down Andrew has to reach on Raymond Felton to even contest that dribble? Reaching down and getting a piece of it?
Feels like he's a part of the cast of The Wizard of Oz. Now, Raja Bell, quick catch and shoots real short. And as it's tipped around, Brown goes back. And it'll be Shannon Brown. Lamar tried to tap it to himself and couldn't control it.
He is one of the best at tapping it to himself. But in
that's a big
certain
box.
scenarios, you've got to secure the rebound. You've got to snatch that thing with both mitts and just wrap it up.
5th foul on Kobe with 2:36 to play. So we always talk about Kobe knowing what he can do when he's in foul trouble, but this is overtime.
And I think he still understands. I mean, he realizes that he's valuable to the team in that respect. He won't put his hands in his pocket, but he won't make any unnecessary fouls.
Andrew Bynum jumping out on Felton. Felton got to the cup anyway. Man, score it. And a free throw coming up. And will it be continuation? Or will they call the hold out front? It looks like.
Well, the foul's going to be not on Felton.
Yeah, I know.
Since it was in the act of shooting,
Okafor.
It's a possible one shot to complete the three-point play.
It's a continuation play, though.
Right. Calling the foul on Derek Fisher, or pushing Emeka Okafor.
So Okafor, who's had some issues with the free throw line, but hit his first two tonight, makes it 3 for 3.
Maybe he should have
cuts it in half, 99-96.
That's what you didn't want to have happen, is three-point plays. But this game's far from over.
No, a ton of time. Only halfway through the extra session. Lamar's got the mismatch, and nobody accounts for Lamar, in fact. But Kobe out top, up against Bell. Got Bell out of position. Shoots two. Gotta wait. You never underestimate what he can do.
Raja Bell just picked up his fourth foul. Although, as you mentioned, he picked up 3 in such a short period of time. So 2:07 to play. Kobe going to the line to see if he can put the Lakers up by 4 or 5.
The Lakers had 6 misses of their own at the start. They're 14 of 20. Kobe is 5 of 6. And he tries to make it a 5-point bulge as Pau Gasol, between free throws, is coming back for the Lakers. Gets the roll. Who's short out of his hand. Nothing has been easy tonight.
This is the strange substitution there. I must say, I don't understand that.
Well, does he see Andrew huffing and puffing a little bit?
No.
And figuring he can get him back in.
Only 2 minutes left.
Well, in case the timeout's coming. Kobe, clutch, 101-96, as he's up to 36, and they needed every bit of it. Now, how about the big assist at the end of the game for Kobe as well? Setting up Derek Fisher. Diaw. Kobe trying to save it out of bounds, back to the Bobcats. Fresh shot clock, it hit the rim. Good challenge by Gasol.
Yeah, good challenge, but that's one of the reasons why I was thinking to leave Andrew in, because not only would that have been a challenge, I think Andrew would have blocked that one. But again, he goes right back to the offensive team with a fresh 24 and under 2 minutes to play in OT.
And guard the rim, please, on the inbounds. It'll come into Bell. We're begging at this late juncture, aren't we? Inside of a minute 50.
We?
Yeah, I've heard you too. Felton finds him wide open. Man, Shannon round to the run to the baseline.
See, Shannon is telling Boris, now this is the way you finish a layup. Go up with aggression.
A 3-point Laker lead, 101-98. 90 seconds to play. Bell out on an island. Kobe crossed him over and got the cup last time in the situation. Pull up this time. Real strong. Gasol trying to back tap it, but it goes right to Diaw. He didn't have the inside position, but he had a smaller man in front of him. Bell. And they've got an opportunity for the tie. It'll be a deuce instead. Raja Bell. As we said, a lot of time left. 1-point Laker lead. 1:12 to play. So run by the Bobcats after the Lakers went up by a half dozen. Now, trying to make somebody other than Kobe do it. But it's back to Kobe. Final minute. Kobe beating Bell. His spot on the baseline. Pressure, 103-100.
Pressure's on this end of the floor again. The Lakers need a stop here.
Stop here and use the clock. Try to funnel Brown. And Kobe's got he just fouled out of the game. 39.8 to play. Called on the trip. He's gone.
Well, now you got to bring in Andrew. Well, do you bring in another guard or?
That's a crusher.
Yeah, that's a big crusher there. Wow. Got 39 seconds to defend 3 points. Can you do it? Phil Jackson will make a determination as to who he substitutes for that man. 103-100, the Lakers lead, and that man is out of the contest. Done for the evening, fouling out. That's the first time this year he's fouled out. He's got 38 points that he takes with him, but he's a little upset on the foul call itself. After they've been letting him really battle, he gets his 6th foul on that one. Wasn't happy about it. but it happened. Now you just go over and encourage your teammates to get it done without me. He did his part in getting the Lakers to this point. Now they have to take care of business themselves. And this is the end where they need it the most. Sure, they missed his offense. But this is the end where they're going to have the challenge. So they bring Luke Walton in for Kobe to go along with the 4 that were already out there.
Well, he fouled out for the first time here at Staples Center since the 2001-2002 season. So Emeka Okafor back out there. The presence inside. The Lakers up by 3. The guards, though,
but
Bell along with Brown, they've got a small lineup.
But you don't want to give up a 3-point basket or a 3-point play. You'll have at least a 1-point lead if you don't, and it might be under 24 seconds depending upon what they do.
Now Bell with issues getting it in. Felton attempting the shot clock. He gave up the 3, and Diaw got it. They walked away from the shooter.
I've said it many times. You switch everything there because you don't care about a mismatch. They're not going to take you to the box. They're looking for the 3.
So Boris Diaw couldn't hit a free throw, but hits a triple. Pau Gasol asking for it. Tough night for him. All the way around on a spin. It's taken away with a foul. They've got a foul to give in the final 2 minutes. So the Lakers now, they can play the clock with 14 back up and 4.2 the difference on the game clock.
Yeah, but still 4-point difference as we look at how Lamar's trying to stop the penetration. And you don't care about penetration there.
You don't?
You don't leave anybody behind the 3-point line.
2 doesn't hurt you.
2 doesn't really hurt you. The 3 puts you in a position where now you're up against it.
Once again, it's Gasol up against Okafor. Okafor knocks it away. Loose ball comes over to Walton. Out of bounds. Laker ball. 6.8, but only 3 on the shot clock.
That's the key. Only 3. Only 3.
22nd timeout, Lakers. Crazy.
So you like NBA basketball? You don't think it's exciting? Come back and you'll see the final 6 seconds. .103. There are only 3 seconds on the shot clock, 6.8 on the game clock, and that man is out of the game, Kobe Bryant. That last play slapped out of Pau Gasol's hands by Emeka Okafor, and then nobody could get the handle of it. It didn't change possession, so there's no reset of the clock. That's why there's only 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Andrew Bynum is going to be coming back into the game.
Well, with 3 seconds, you need something quick to the rim, a quick shot, and then Andrew's a good offensive rebounder. But in transition, if they go in transition, you need somebody to block a shot.
And you can't have any loose ball fouls either. They'll bring it in, tried to get it to the rim. Instead, it's deflected into the air. No foul. Timeout. 4.8. So the Lakers don't even get it in. Wow. Opportunity for the Bobcats to win now in overtime.
Unbelievable. Has this game had its ups and its downs for both teams? It has. Well, the Lakers had the ball out of bounds with 3 seconds on the shot clock, and you think, well, they're going to have to throw up something in a hurry. It just seems like nobody's setting screens for anybody. They're just running around, and all of a sudden Luke throws it into Lamar. It's tipped.
And
the
lucky,
Bobcats get it.
It's not a loose ball foul on Lamar. And that's what I had mentioned right before they brought it in, because if it's a scramble, you've got to worry about that off a miss.
Now you got to worry about 4.8.
Yep.
You got to play defense without fouling.
They bring in the length to bring it in, and that's Juwan Howard for the inbound.
See, now Luke,
he's turning his back on it.
Watch the guy out of bounds so you can put pressure on the pass.
Finally, he turns around. It's going to be Diaw. Diaw running into Luke, and blocked by Lamar. Double overtime. Nobody's complaining around here.
Well, the only problem is double overtime and
no Kobe.
Extra session of 5 minutes, but no number 24. So the Lakers are going to really have their backs against it now. Pau hasn't had a good offensive game. He's only 4 out of 16 from the field. Andrew 7 out of 10. Lamar, Derek, and the rest are going to have to get it done.
Fan voting came up for this week's game. I thought, God, they got to take San Antonio, Utah. That's the game of the night, isn't it? This hasn't turned out to be a bad one either. Yes, Charlotte has been a headache for the Lakers in recent years. You can see what's happened over the last 5 with Bobcats taking 4 of the previous 5. So Charlotte, in their first 4 years, and this is the 5th season since the franchise came back in existence after moving down to New Orleans, they've never won more than 33 games in a season. But have they been a major league headache for the Lakers?
Well, they're a major league headache tonight, especially with 24 out of the game. He's smiling, talking to...
And it was Steve who called
Steve Javi right now.
Right, who called the foul where he tripped up Shannon Brown. Shannon Brown didn't go down on the spin on the turn. That's tough.
Well, Jordan Farmar will be entering the game, so the Lakers have to go a little smaller. But they need to have, what they need to do is be able to score in transition more in the early offense than have to rely on their set offense with Kobe out of the lineup. Either that or make sure Lamar or Andrew set the tape.
And when you're wondering if some guys are running on fumes, it's nice to have the depth to bring a Farmar off the bench now. With fresh legs, it's controlled by Okafor that time. So the first possession of the second overtime belongs to Felton and the Bobcats. Screen and roll game. And the mismatch inside with Diaw if they can find him. And that's where they're headed. Quick double. And a reach. Had him trapped. Back to 14 of the shot clock. They'll bring it into the side.
When you get a guy trapped like that, you don't always have to be reaching and slapping at the ball. You double him up, try to make sure he stays in the trap. And then when he gets rid of it, then you try to get back to another man.
Diaw wanted to run the baseline. Andrew Bynum sending it back out. But Felton right there with the teardrop. And Lamar got away with one. Nobody cleaned up for the Lakers. Lamar had a loose ball foul. There was no question on a shove, but nobody went forward for the Lakers.
You play through the whistle. Everybody just stopped, and the ball bounced, and they picked it up and scored.
Yeah, thought it was going to be a loose ball foul, but it wasn't.
What happens when you think? You weaken the team.
Andrew Bynum. I'd like to see him go down to the box. He's going to set the pick for Fish. Right back to Drew. Should go up over Diaw. And a little step-through scoop on the reverse. Tied at 105.
That's where they have to go. They have to keep him on the box, though, not at the mid-post. Put him on the box. Let him read the defense. Spot up your shooters. You got three-point shooters out there. Just read the defense.
19 and 14. Felton setting it up. Deep into the shot clock. Knocked out of bounds. Only 3 on the shot clock. Fish can't believe it. But it looked like Farmar grabbed Shannon Brown on the way by.
And with 3 on the shot clock, this is the scenario the Lakers had and threw the ball away. Let's see what happens with the Bobcats inbounds play.
It'll be Okafor, blocked away by Andrew Bynum. Drew got a piece of it. So another block for the big guy, and that is his 4th of the game.
I'd be yelling at him right now. Andrew, get on the box. We're coming to you. Work hard to get that low post position.
Yeah. Get ready to accept it deep. Not high post, low post. And held by Okafor. Working before the ball arrived. So Emeka Okafor with his 3rd foul of the game. First in overtime against the Bobcats. So who's going to step up for the Lakers? They've got some offensive threats out there.
But they've only got a couple of table setters, though.
Now Andrew Bynum will clear out. Backing down Okafor. Got him out of position. Easy throw down. 107-105.
Well, he got away with a travel.
Yeah, changed the pivot foot, didn't he?
But I tell you, when they let him get away with it, he sure finished.
Down off the pick. Ties it at 107 as they trade punches early in the first 2 minutes of the second overtime.
I wouldn't be afraid to switch all of those type of plays on the perimeter with them. Because if they try to take advantage in the post, then that means they're going to have to use up time, give me time to get my rotations in order.
Andrew coming on the screen as Farmar has said, I'll give you if you're downstairs now. Clock coming down on Lamar Odom. Farmar's got to. The triple stays out. Good look. Brown clears it out. So small lineups for both sides. As we're halfway through the extra session, the second overtime period. Left the shooter, and Brown kills it. Shannon Brown out of Michigan State trying to make an impression with Larry Brown. does exactly that late tonight. 110-107. They get the mismatch inside. Lamar beats Okafor. Didn't get into the rim, though. I thought he'd wait and let Andrew set up against Boris Diaw.
That three-pointer there really put a headache on the Lakers. Now they're seeing if they get any aspirin to take care of it.
Quick jump out. Felton up against Lamar. Blocked away. Drew closed. 5 blocks for Andrew Bynum. Sasha thinking about it. He will. Too strong, and Farmar coming over the back. They had to make that call to Shannon Brown. So the first and the final 2 minutes. Minute 29 to play.
Well, again, those are the kind of plays where a lot of people say if he'd have made that shot, he being Sasha, great shot. But that just was not a good shot, because that even if he makes that one, that leads to another bad one down the road. You got to play the game a little smarter.
Just a couple of years ago in Charlotte, these two went triple overtime. Bobcats won that. It'll be Okafor. And a couple of free throws coming up with a smart foul by Jordan Farmar. They have not collected many free throws since the start of the fourth.
Good play by Felton. Raymond Felton set that up perfectly. The bounce pass, and good foul, as you mentioned, because Emeka, if he just catches that and bounces, he gets a quick dunk.
Well, he hasn't missed at the free throw line tonight.
So why should he start now?
Well, he's now 100% of the season, I'm told. He's 3 of 3, though, so far this evening.
They only remember your last one.
He is only 57% of the stripe this year.
Right now, he looks awfully good.
Yeah. Real calm, real relaxed at the stripe. Makes it a 4-point game, make it 5. 112-107.
Sense of urgency here.
Time running out of the Lakers, especially if they don't come up with anything on this trip. And Bynum over Okafor.
That's why they should have just thrown it
all day and all night.
Hindsight's 20/20, I know, but we've been saying it. You know, put him on the box, let him go to work. Obviously, Okafor cannot handle him. They're not sending the double team, so he's been able to read. Now he's got a 3-point opportunity, and believe me, the Lakers need this 3-point opportunity.
Andrew up to 23 and 14 with 6 blocks, one off his career high, and make it 24 as Drew hits another free throw. He's only missed one tonight at the stripe. 2-point game, anybody's game with a minute to play. So they come to their feet once again. Can the Lakers get the stop that they have to have? Diaw on the curl, almost throws it away. Good clutch play by Shannon Brown. Okafor. Andrew Bynum was helping out around the rim, especially on the dribble penetration. It's Okafor. Get into the free throw line, now the 15-footer.
Go quick, Andrew.
Gotta go.
Clock is running for you, baby.
Trying to back it down to the right side. He does that. Doesn't get it, and that should do it. Got a foul.
That was the easiest one he had.
Got a foul. Down by 4.
Well, they wasted 6 seconds.
25.2 to play. So now you use fouls to lengthen the game. And all you can do is hope the Bobcats keep you in the game.
Nice drop step by Andrew. Easiest shot he's had. Just came up a little bit short. Nice read. Not high enough on the glass. And that puts the Lakers in a position where they're going to be probably losing for the 9th time this season.
So 35-8 coming in. 35-9. More and more it looks that way. Charlotte now hitting free throws in the second overtime period. Tough night for that man. 4 of 16. We haven't seen that at all this year. Timeout Lakers. They'll advance it with 25.2 to play. But everything working against them now. Down by 6.
Yeah, everything. The main thing working against them is that time. 25 seconds to play, and they're down by a half dozen. Well, in regulation, you thought that the Bobcats would win it at the free throw line, and they didn't. They thought that's where they were going to lose it. But in the overtime sessions, when they've needed to knock down free throws, they have, and when they've needed to knock down shots, they have. Especially that three-pointer right there. That was a big one by Brown. And then Okafor, the little mid-range jumper. And now the Bobcats in a position. where they're going to win. Again, 5 out of the last 6 games against the Lakers have gone in favor of the Bobcats.
Coming off a loss in Indiana on Sunday, and now still play in Denver, Portland, and Utah. The remaining 3 on their 5-game road trip.
And this is where you need a quick 3 and a quick 5.
So the Lakers 3 of 7 in the second overtime. It'll be Fish set up out of the timeout well. Too strong and out of bounds off Charlotte. Well, they got a good look.
Yeah, but it wasn't even a 3.
His foot on the line?
Yeah.
Yes. They set the pick. Fish uncontested. Sasha quick catch and shoot for 3 off the front of the rim, and now it's official. Okafor will go to the line to wrap things up for the Bobcats with 15.9 to play. So the Lakers are going to fall to 35-9. Mentioned earlier tonight, Cleveland won. They're 35-8. Orlando also a victor. They won. They're 34-10. So struggle from the beginning for the Lakers. It's not exactly like it. And at one point, and right now, Stu, and the biggest difference, a minus 20 in point to the paint. 52-32.
It's one of those nights. I mean,
right.
82-game season in the NBA, you're going to have nights like this where, you think that you should win the game, but the other team outplays you. And throughout much of this game, the Bobcats outplayed the Lakers. The Lakers had some very fortunate missed free throws by the Bobcats to even force the overtime session. But 54 points in the paint, that's another big stat. 54 out of 116. A lot of points to score close to the rim.
So the Lakers did not have an answer once Kobe fouled out at the end of the first overtime. And it's going the other way. Felton was fouled by Gasol, and that's why they're just giving it to the Bobcats with 8.8 left. So we'll get it across the line, and the Bobcats will split the first 2 on the road trip. But as you mentioned, they were real active early, and they got way too many easy looks. They beat the Lakers to the punch entirely in the first half. So Larry Brown comes back to L.A., where he had success with the UCLA program.
Yeah, again, I've said it at the beginning.
They played a real clean game.
They played a very good game. Sure, aside from all those missed free throws in the fourth quarter, they played a real good game.
So the Bobcats do it to the Lakers again for the 5th time over the last 6 matchups. They win it by 7 in double overtime, 117-110. Let's head downstairs now to Patrick O'Neal. Patrick.
Joel, thank you. With a Laker killer, of course, you remember him with the Phoenix Suns and Boris Diaw, now with Charlotte. This was quite a game. At the end of regulation, you guys missed 7 free throws in a row. It goes to overtime. You're down 6. Goes to double overtime. Kobe's not in the game, and you come away with this victory. What does it mean for your team?
I mean, it just means that we stayed with it. We never let down. It was tough when we missed. I missed 3 free throws out of 4, and Raja missed a couple. So we definitely had some good defense down the stretch, and that's what kept us in that game.
And you beat the team that had the best record in the NBA coming in. Charlotte, I know you haven't been with them until the middle of this season, but you guys have now won 3 straight here at Staples Center against the Lakers. What do you think it is that you're able to come in here and beat this team?
I mean, it means a lot for us, and that's what we do. We play hard every night. We get into guys. I mean, we won against Boston, against Detroit, are also great teams, and we never come in a game thinking that we're going to lose, where we think we're going to win.
And your thoughts with Gerald Wallace, obviously back getting x-rays on his ribs?
Yeah, that's the same. That was tough. I think first his back hurt in the first half, then he came and he hurt his rib. I hope it's not too serious.
And surprised that Kobe Bryant wasn't there to finish this game. He hasn't fouled out of a game here at Staples in about 7 seasons. That was an interesting call down the stretch.
Yeah, that was interesting, but I think Shannon Brown set him up pretty good.
Well, anyway, last one for you. I know you're going to get ready. As far as your team with Larry Brown, the coach, and you guys are starting to play better, your thoughts as the season goes on, you think you can make the playoffs?
Yeah, definitely. If we keep playing like this, I think anything can happen.
Thanks for the time, Boris.
All right, thank you.
All right, Boris Diaw, 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. Did not have a great shooting night, but he did make some clutch shots down the stretch. And Charlotte, in a shocker, comes here to Staples Center and hands the Lakers their 4th loss here at home, snapping a 4-game winning streak for the Lakers, and now they hit the road for 6. We're going to talk about it all on Lakers Live by your Southern California Hyundai dealers with Billy Mack and Norm Nixon right after this.